Twitter, okay? Because that's what Dan Bass did. So just don't post a picture of a big ass retro TV, because if you do, you will create World War III on Twitter, and that's exactly what Dan Vask did. Holy shit. The shitstorm that he created by posting a picture of a big ass retro TV. The retro community got really upset at Dan Vask. Holy shit, man. He was getting ratioed. He was getting community noted. People were coming at him, bro. It was
Oh
crazy.
man.
And ultimately, Dan won because the community note got removed. But yeah, man. Holy crap. It was wild. It was pretty interesting. So, it was good. By the way, I gotta show everybody this. I know it's a little unrelated to the stream, but bro, this is big news. Fox is joining the Mario Galaxy movie. What? It's official. I can't believe they announced
How
this
was your
shit.
day so far?
This is crazy.
Fine, I guess. How about you?
This is absolutely insane. This is from the official Super Mario Galaxy
Uh,
account. That is insane.
I made some more muffins.
We're gonna get a Star Fox game. Is this gonna happen?
You sound
I don't
better than
know.
you did
But
last time I talked to you.
yeah, man,
You feel better?
that's big news right there. Also,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess
um,
so.
this is an exclusive here on CobraCast. Well, kinda, but not really. But as you know, we got the Harry Potter trailer yesterday. And Black Snape was revealed, and now we have a music video.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Black Snape.
Hell yeah.
How's your back?
I don't know. I woke up worse off than I did yesterday. Shoulder, neck included, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I gotta get a better pillow. My neck is always sore when I wake up.
Like for the same reason I went to the doctors in the summer for my scapula / neck levator. The levator needs to be removed from the body. We just need to.
Nice, dude.
All of our
You want
levators need to
removed?
be removed, dude. It's the like. All it does is fucking cause problems. I can't
So
tell
what?
when it's
You
working
wanna
properly.
have it removed completely?
Dude, it's fucking retarded.
You think you can design a better body, dog?
Yeah.
Okay, dog.
Just hey, we're gonna inflame this muscle and make it hurt. That entire coding, that entire fucking like sentence of coding is just gonna be fucking deleted.
God damn. Workout arms and chest today, dog.
That's what you're doing?
Yeah, that's what's on the docket.
Good for you, dude. That sounds fucking amazing.
You're not working out today, right? You're just resting?
Yeah, and tomorrow I ain't working out anything other than my core and then whatever, what's it called? Rotator cuff I can do for my right arm. So I woke up.
Was that by choice or just because you're in pain?
Yeah, look, like I can't feel. First of all, it's too much pain to then try to feel your muscles. I just can't. I like I don't feel anything good happening. And yesterday when I showered, usually how I can tell how good or bad my rotator cuff is hurting is when I go to fucking wash my armpits. My left arm doesn't hurt at all, but my right, I have to like force it and then help it with my left arm. It wasn't as bad yesterday. When I wake up today, even just lifting my arm was hurting, so that's fucking amazing.
Damn.
It's a really good design, dude. I definitely wouldn't be able to make a better design.
Well, it served you well for the first, I don't know, what is it, 20-something years? Maybe your body is undergoing a transformation for the better. So out of 10 right now, what's the pain level?
Right now it's probably like a 4. Like it's there. It's not like crazy bad, but it's closer to my head, so it makes it worse. And it's my neck, so whenever if I want to look at my keyboard, I have to either stress my eyes or hurt my neck.
Yeah, I'm Black Snoop.
Yeah, like I remember when I used to just crack my neck, it never hurt like bending into that position, but now it hurts. I can't even crack it because it hurts.
People talk about getting old when they're like 60 and like, dude.
Black cloak, black skin, walk the hall, they whispering. Cauldron bubble, I'm different. Dark eyes don't flinch, just glimmering. House points, man, miss me. Came from pain, they history.
Done, dog. What can be done? Just gotta do what you can.
Coast on, but my soul scorched. They ain't teach. From had to learn from the alleys and the torch. Half prince in the world they hate, half rage in the narrow gate, half hood in the castle gate. Homie never run from flags.
How the fuck is this real? Like, it's not real, but it looks so good.
Turn that fear to a spell, then I spark. I've been cursed from the start. They talk war in the streets. I see more than they see in the tower. Drive by, man, I glide by stealth. Broomstick, brimstone. I ain't glorified shots, that's great. That's moms in black, that's waves. Of boys that ain't make old age. So I ain't my rage at the cage. Walking through the dark.
Dude, it's actually insane.
Turn that fear to a spell.
There's a hard day actually too. Which I remember.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.
All right, I'm not gonna play anymore. You'll have to go watch the rest since he's firing. You know what's in it. Go to Perry Chan's Twitter or go to my Twitter, and you could check that out. But I'm not gonna play anymore, even though it's AI. Like I don't. Everything happening on Jay's channel right now, I'm not taking no risk on it. But the Black Snape, you know, the Black Snape memes have been absolutely legendary, man. It's been amazing. So I've been loving it. It's been some of the best stuff I've seen in a long time, man. The memes have been glorious. All right, let's see. We got Norm Al Man for $20. Says that Dan needs to be interrogated on why he hasn't dropped the Man Bun song on every show he's on. Damn. Dan getting called out. I respect it. I respect it. Thank you. Taker says Gary's at Black Snape video is fire. Yes, it's so good. Black Kata for $1. Red Walker says Snape caught the Hogwarts Express on platform 9 and 3/5. Alex at the Bounce says saving money. Monkey Spank says Hail Mage of Figs to Hail 199. Got that one, got that one. All right, so we are currently waiting. Don't know when this is going to start. Could this start immediately? Will it be at 30 minutes late, 45 minutes late? I don't know. Why no Cobra Cast yesterday? Deadbeat streamer. There's a lot of reasons I could tell you why there was no Cobra Cast, but ultimately, I made a decision and I said, do you want to save your super chatters money, or do you want to make money, Jeremy? And I made the decision, the brave and stunning decision, to save my super chatters money because I care about them. And I think I deserve super chats for caring about them, not super chatting me. Texas, I respect that. Oh, man. Sarcasm is pretty much the only thing I have going for me in life. That's pretty much all I got. I got nothing else. Black Kata says, it's Snape Kata. Dark Obsidian says, good morning, Jeremy and the Snake Pit. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jeremy Osteen is a saint. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But no, in all reality, dude, I was just tired. I had so much going on. I was exhausted, and then I knew I had the gaming stream. I was like, gosh, man, I'm not even gonna be able to be entertaining. Not that I ever really am entertaining, but you know, it was just it's recovering from MegaCon still. I don't know if it's because I'm old or if it's because I'm exhausted, but MegaCon kicked my ass this year, man. To be fair, it's always been like that with me with cons. They're always exhausting to me. Even, and I'm not like I'm a very active person, but cons are exhausting, especially one the size of MegaCon. And so of course now you add the I saw a meme the other day, as a matter of fact, but I don't know where it's at right now. But I always stress out before these big events that we have, so I don't sleep very much. So I end up looking like death, for sure. Because I don't like the night before the meetup. I might have slept 2 hours, and we had to get up and do that panel in the morning. And then we had that meetup that night. I remember the last time we did the meetup, I didn't sleep for like most of the fucking weekend. It stresses me out so much. Let me see. Jeremy, today on the 5, President Trump is going to be on at 5 p.m. Yeah, I heard that Jesse Waters has announced that. So... Saw Project Hail Mary yesterday. Support No Message Movies. Checking it out. Yeah, I fully support Project Hail Mary. I saw it. I don't like it as much as everyone else, but I do like the movie. Everyone else seems to love the movie, and I'm very happy that everybody loves it. I like the movie. I think it's a very good movie. I'm not sure how you could hate it at all. I don't know how anybody could hate this movie. But you know, it's very good though. It's very good, and I recommend it. Let's see here. Shout out to Jeremy, the Pokimane of G&G. Look at that. That's nice. Captain JPS says generous Jeremy tax. 8 o'clock says you were trying to save money last night. Oops. 8 o'clock dropped a proper 199. Okay? 8 o'clock dropped a proper 199 on the gaming stream. And he demanded to redeem that today, ladies and gentlemen. And I think everybody's going to support that message right there. Because 8 o'clock with the proper... Everybody needs to thank 8 o'clock for this right here. Okay? There you have it. Boom. I think everybody's happy now. Okay? 2 big reasons why everybody's probably happy right now. Tiger Blake says, at work on the crapper watching Cobra Cast. That sounds terrible. Thank you, 8 o'clock, for the proper 199 on the gaming stream last night. Sebastian says, Jesse Ventura said Trump assassination was fake. I know he did. It's so freaking funny. Marlon, this is swig of water for the working man. Let's see. Let's see, Vagabond, what is up, man? If Snape doesn't give N-word spells...
I'm fucking hungry.
The jokes write themselves. They write themselves. It is a glorious, glorious time. Let's see. Cole Hunter says you have to watch Interstellar 9. Is that like a response to someone else? Oh, the Chad says Interstellar is the most trash science fiction movie ever. Bro, all you got to say is I'm too stupid to understand it. Like, you could make it a lot simpler. Like, we understand. All right, you're too stupid to understand Interstellar. We get that, man. Just make it a lot more simple. All right, but I mean, obviously, watching Interstellar in IMAX is a game changer. But I mean, and I've seen it now.
This is fucking stupid.
8 times in IMAX, something like that. I think. Chad says, "Love you, Jeremy. I'm trolling." I know. I'm just trolling back. It's all good. Interstellar is Nolan's best movie. It's my favorite Nolan movie. Is it his best movie? I still think... I think The Prestige might be his best movie. Like, if I'm taking a step back, The Prestige might be his best movie. But Interstellar is my favorite movie. Prestige is a pretty perfect movie. Holy crap. Pretty perfect. The Dark Knight is right up there as well, for sure. Dark Knight is fantastic. Dune 3, best movie of the year. I think Dune 3 is going to be great. I don't think it's going to be $1 billion movie. Did I see Project Hail Mary yet? Yeah, we just talked about it. I liked it. I thought it was good. I recommend everybody go out and check it out. It's really good. I hope it makes a ton of money.
Dog. How do I get a girl?
IMAX, that money could feed a small Canadian village.
You should have someone who knows how to do that.
And I did weigh that option.
You do, dog.
Nice.
You know, I looked at the situation and I said, I could go see my favorite movie in IMAX, or I could feed a small Canadian village. And I said, there's no doubt I need to go see this movie. People can just starve. So. The Prestige is great, but with the soundtrack with Interstellar, it goes hard. I mean, the Interstellar soundtrack is probably it's probably my favorite soundtrack of all time. Phenomenal soundtrack. If you're just tuning in, we are currently waiting for President Trump to go live with a 10 a.m. cabinet meeting. And we'll see how this goes today. Should be a fun one, for sure. Project Hail Mary is an uplifting and positive movie, which we need more of. I agree. I did my full review of Project Hail Mary over on Criticalist, and I would recommend everybody get on Criticalist if you are there. If you want to get some good opinions, that's the place to go. You can follow me over there right now. Project Hail Mary on Criticalist has an 87%. My review is a 70%. Now, that 87% is not the same as a Rotten Tomatoes score. That's essentially saying that of the 105 people that have reviewed it, it has an average of 87 out of 100. That's really high. So I basically gave it a 70 out of 100. So, but make a video for Geeks and Gamers. I will. Not for this, because I'm too far behind on it, but I will be making videos. I will have a review for the Mario Galaxy movie. So, let's see here. Jeremy trying to explain to us how ratings works. Well, the problem is that the ratings are different on every platform. That's why. Candace, let's see. Cap JPS says Candace Owens is into girls tax. Perhaps I treated her too harshly then. Now, in order for me to confirm this, is there any video evidence for research purposes? Just for research purposes. I mean, it's really like I think that when you are faced with, you know, some accusations, you should do all of the research possible. So if anyone has a video so I can do research, I will happily check that out and give you some positive feedback on that. There is, holy shit, there is? Well, I was just joking. There is a video? Well, because the rule is, and again, I don't make up the rules, okay? I think that, you know, being gay is an abomination and it should be frowned upon unless you're hot chicks. And then I fully support it. I put my full endorsement behind it. That's the way it works, okay? I don't make up the rules. Those are the rules, all right? So, Darth Helix says, excuse me, sir, do you stream here? Graham Robbins says, Jeremy, Nolan's most underrated flick, Insomnia, Memento, Dunkirk, Inception. For the love of God, please don't say The Dark Knight Rises or Tenet.
Oh, fuck.
His most underrated movie is still probably The Prestige. Because it's probably his best movie and it doesn't get discussed enough. If you're asking, like, actually, like, underrated, like, things that it doesn't get discussed enough, but, like people that, everybody that's seen Prestige thinks it's the greatest thing ever, but most people just don't talk about it. So, but yeah, I'd probably say The Prestige. Because it just doesn't get, and of course, Insomnia is right there, too. Chuck says, Jeremy should bring on more guests on Covert streams. I have a suggestion. Bring on Sweetie Fox. She makes great films. I think chat will like it. Sweetie Fox. It was before Nolan blew up as a director. Yes, The Prestige is right before he blew up as a director. Let's see here. Get Afro Man on stream. Already have him. Google that name. I'm assuming that's a person that is part of the adult entertainment world. May have seen some of the videos, maybe not. I'm not sure. That's what I'm thinking, though. Let me see. I see everybody dropping the corn emojis now. Bright Matt says, hey, Jeremy, last night I went to a Reform UK rally in my area, and it was amazing. The energy was amazing. There is real hope in the UK. Hail the 199. Hopefully there is, but, you know, that's been said for a while. Holy crap. What is happening? What is happening? I'm not playing any content. I'm not. Gonna comment on any of this until I get confirmation that this is not AI that we're not dealing with some issues here, but I'm just showing the video and the image is right here. I will do more research on this, okay? I will do more research, but I'm just, let me hit that bookmark right there, okay? All right. No comment until I find out more information. No comment. Leave it there. Let's see. Gorilla Grood says that, can I speak to the manager, please? No. Manager took the day off. Oracle of Doom says, Reversio Blackio. Vlad says, check out Dave Smith and Adam debate on Piers Morgan Gold, Comedy Gold. I saw some clips of it, and if we weren't waiting for the cabinet meeting, I would definitely check it out. But we may react to that later on. Again, I don't think you can say whatever. Like, obviously, I don't like Dave Smith, but the one positive thing I can say about Dave Smith is he really is not. He's willing to talk to almost anybody, and I respect the fact that he's willing to talk to almost anybody. I don't believe, and again, I haven't really heard Adam in a bunch of debates, but I don't feel like he's the best representative to debate in that situation. But maybe he's good. I don't know. I just saw a couple of clips. Maybe he's good at it. I don't know. Dave Smith is cringe. I mean, he's beyond cringe. He's beyond cringe at this point. But what are you gonna do? Adam from Patrick Bet David podcast. That's who was in the debate with. Adam, whatever his name is, from the. But what are you gonna do? Adam from Patrick Bet David podcast. That's who was in the debate with him. It's Adam, whatever his name is, from the Patrick Bet David podcast. By the way, I hate to tell all of you this because obviously this channel lives and dies by President Trump's relevancy. I hate to inform all of you that this channel will be shutting down effective immediately after this stream because unfortunately Bruce Springsteen has announced with the E Street Band that he has a message for Donald Trump. It's kind of over.
Minneapolis, Portland, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Phoenix, Newark, Sunrise, Florida, Austin, Chicago, Atlanta, Belmont, Long Island, Philadelphia, New York, Brooklyn, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Boston, and Washington, D.C. The E Street Band is coming your way, and we are bringing hope over fear, democracy over authoritarianism, the rule of law over lawlessness, ethics over unbridled corruption, unity over division, and peace over Minneapolis.
Yeah, I'm not sure Trump is done. It's over. I was hoping Trump could survive this, but no, man, you don't survive that right there, man. Springsteen is going to destroy Trump. It's over. It's absolutely over for Trump. He had a good run. Trump, but no more, buddy. Sit down. Your time is done, Trump. They got him this time. My God, these people are so
bitch.
By the way, and I don't know any details on this. All I saw was this right here from Drama Alert. It says attempted murder at the Pokemon Center in Japan. What? Give a damn. Jess! Hang on. Where's your comment at? I can't find it. I can't find Jess's comment here to highlight it, but I saw your comment. So I don't have any details on it. It just is the headline just says that. I clicked on the original video and there's no more information. So I guess we'll find out more. The fact that that's happening at the Pokemon Center is kind of crazy. And then also President Trump tweeted this out. Trump says the very different and strange Iranian negotiators are begging to make a deal, yet publicly saying that they are only looking at the U.S. proposal and warns Iran to get serious soon before it's too late. So Trump is clearly getting very frustrated with Iran and how they are playing this game where they're saying one thing to him privately and then they're putting another public message out there. So it's and the fact is you have so many of these anti-Trumpers are running with this message that, oh, Iran's not playing around with Trump, and it's just like, what are you talking about, man? Good Lord. These people are just completely broken when it comes to Trump. So I'm thinking we're gonna find some of that out in the cabinet meeting today. Hopefully, anyway. We shall see. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I don't like this at all. But First Lady Melania Trump walks out with an AI-powered robot at the White House. The first American-made humanoid in the White House, Melania Trump said. This is terrifying. Now, my first thought was, it looks like Joe Biden. I hate this. I hate this so much.
Thank you, First Lady Melania Trump, for inviting me to the White House. It is an honor to be at Fostering the Future Together's Global Coalition inaugural meeting. I'm Figure 3, a humanoid built in the United States of America. I am grateful to be part of this historic movement to empower children with technology and education. Welcome. Bienvenidos. Yokoso. Bienvenue. Benji. Ahlan wa sahlan. Shagatam. Mogisam Nadir. Ultimo Bain. Let's travel próximo.
I knew that comment would happen, Lord Botha. I knew it would. Cloud is going to be in Super Mario Galaxy. That's right. I can't wait, dude.
Yo, dog, there's someone out there for you, dog. Always remember that.
Right up there. But I can't wait. JRG Project says, if Dave Smith thinks it's bad, he should look up the LBJ years. LBJ denied sending troops to Vietnam. We all know how that turned out.
Did you fucking hear what I said?
A modern Iran with just our Navy. Dave Smith doesn't know anything.
Why do you sound so depressed, dog? You gotta join.
Taco Woman Sandy Ravish says, Andrew Wilson destroyed Dave Smith in a debate. Did he? I've never really seen that one, so maybe somebody can tag me in that. How long ago was that? Biggest movie of all time?
Don't you want to be happy?
I mean, I think it's up there with Spider-Man and Doomsday, and potentially Toy Story is like the highest grossing movie of the year. We'll see. Benjamin says, did you see Piers Morgan crash out on his show? In reference to what? Unicron's Left Nut says, Jeremy, the store clerk that The store clerk who was stabbed at the Pokemon Center died. The stabber cut his own throat too. Both dead. Really? Oh my gosh. That's awful. That is absolutely awful. Holy crap. I'm sorry to hear that. Darth Manic says, have the hoodies you're wearing shipped yet? They should have, yeah. People should have gotten these already. Or started to get these. If not, I can double check. Has anyone gotten the Cobra Cast hoodie? A lot of you have gotten your MegaCon t-shirts, which is part of the same order. So, and she was a young woman in her 20s. Is this like somebody, like, was there like a relationship involved with these two? Or was it random? That's crazy. Let's see. Gremlin says, if you think that's crazy, search for Chinese AI kung fu robots. Yeah, we're fucked. Hail the 199. I don't want anything to do with that. All right, let's see here. Let me double check this.
Holy shit.
Let's see here. Give me just a minute. I'm sorry. All right. I'll have people looking into it. Robots with nunchucks. If you're just tuning in, we are currently waiting. President Trump has a cabinet meeting set up for, it was supposed to be at 10 a.m. Eastern. We are now at 10:30 a.m. So we'll see when this starts. We never know. Logan M says Biden was a Timu robot. Black K says we need to send them into Iran, saying Allah Akbar. I wonder how many we have of these robots. Phil says, I saw Jesse Ventura clip on Piers Morgan. It was the funniest thing I've seen in a while. It was pretty funny. And you guys realize Mike's, his impression of Jesse Ventura is spot on. Because Jesse Ventura is crazy. He's absolutely nuts. There is no way. Lines of people waiting in security lines outside of Atlanta International Airport. This is Atlanta International. That is crazy, dude. Oof. That just seems like torture. Holy crap. Did you hear about the video the White House posted and deleted yesterday? I did see that there were several videos that the White House uploaded and deleted, and I don't know what is going on with that. I think the Atlanta airport is the busiest airport in the world, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is. I think it's the busiest airport in the world. Christian Rocker says, I'll drive. Exactly. Atlanta is not a fun place to be. No, you could pay me to move to Atlanta, dude, for various amount of reasons. Let's just say there's various amount of reasons why I would never move to Atlanta. Ain't no way. Well, if we have time, I can. There's a couple of. I don't want to click off of this because as soon as the cabinet meeting goes live, I want to be here for it. I don't want to miss any of it. But there's other stuff that we can talk about. Mar Millen says Dems are causing this TSA BS to force more pressure on the people, and they're specifically targeting big international airports too. This is the game they play, and a lot of these clowns walk right into the trap that they set. So this is what the Democrats do. Atlanta is very black and gay. I'm just reading comments, okay? I'm just reading comments. Get rid of TSA. A lot of those videos of Chinese robots are either AI-generated videos or pre-programmed actions captured from performers in mocap suits. Yeah, but either way, man. I mean, even if we're in the early stages of it or whatever, it's kind of like when we talk about with AI. And people are like, well, you can tell this isn't real, and it's like, yeah, but it's about where we're gonna be in a few years. That's the problem. Where are we gonna be soon? Yeah, right now, most AI, you can tell that it's AI. It's not about right now. It's about what's the advancement in technology going to look like in 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. That's the fear, and that's what a lot of people miss with a lot of this stuff. It's not about right now. It's about the advancement and how quickly the advancement is moving. Sora shut down because AI isn't getting any better. I mean, I haven't looked into the Sora situation. I did hear that it shut down. I haven't looked into that, so I don't know the specifics behind it. But AI is getting better. AI is there is no doubt about that. AI is getting better, and it's getting more difficult to tell. I don't know about the Sora situation though. Jeremy, there's already AI videos that are real looking. No, there are, but there's still a limit to it. Copyright crippled Sora. Yeah, I mean, it's not about AI not getting better. That's complete bullshit. Because it certainly is getting better. You tell me. Sora shut down because AI is getting so good, it's redundant. AI is a problem in several aspects. It absolutely is. And listen, AI is very useful tool in a lot of different ways. It's just about like how will it be utilized? That's the problem. But that is the problem because you don't want to infringe upon people's freedom. But the dangers of what AI can create into the future is terrifying. And I'm not sure how to manage that. I'm not sure how you go about that. But it is scary. It's really scary, the amount of propaganda that can be put out there with AI and how quickly that shit can spread to create a narrative. Because as we know, the narrative is really the most important thing. The truth is kind of irrelevant. It's all about the narrative. So, is this it right here? Are they live now?
And we wish you a lot of luck. I think you'll do fantastic. Congratulations to an amazing family that were here yesterday in the Oval. Sworn in, his family's amazing. So thank you very much. We're now on day 41 of the disgraceful Democrat shutdown of Mark Wayne's department. Congratulations. You came into a department that shut down by the radical Democrats. But Democrats are really punishing the American people. I saw today on one of the shows where they were interviewing people at the airport, and they were all angry at the Democrats. They're saying they're actually angry at Schumer. I didn't think anyone knew his name. One woman said, that Schumer is disgraceful. He's a disgrace to our country. But they're angry at the Democrats. They know what's happening. But they're punishing the American people, including travelers at airports, all in the quest to return to open borders and give amnesty to illegal alien criminals. They want to give amnesty to some of the criminals that came into our country. Just about all of them, actually, if you look at it. They love sanctuary cities, which is a sanctuary for criminals. They want to make sure they're taken care of. That's what we're fighting about. That's really what they're fighting. They don't talk about that, but that's what they're fighting about. They want to protect criminals. In many cases, 11,888 murders. Many of them, I will say, are gone now because of us. We got them out. But still have some left. Should have never happened. Should have never been allowed to come into our country. But we're not going to let it happen. We're not going to let the Democrats get away with this stuff. And people are wise to them. So they need to end the shutdown immediately, or we'll have to take some very drastic measures. This morning, I want to give an update on the Operation Epic Fury, which is an appropriate name because we are absolutely obliterating them. Over the past 3 weeks, we've been hitting Iran's military capabilities.
You had your
to a level
Reese's
that few
Pieces,
people have ever seen
dog.
before. People never knew there was such
I
a
actually
thing.
did. I bought some white
Strongest
Reese's at
military anywhere
the
in the
dollar
world by
store.
far. I built it during my first
Damn,
administration,
dog.
and I used it during my second administration. Unfortunately, because I'd rather not have wars. But it's a display of force and precision and skill like nothing the world has really witnessed, although you got a pretty good witnessing of it in Venezuela. You see, smaller version of what we're doing now. We're crushing their missiles and drone stockpiles, destroying the defense industrial base. We've wiped out their Navy completely, their Air Force completely. We've wiped out a large percentage of their missiles. And the missile launchers, without the launchers, the missiles don't do any good. And we've knocked out probably close to 90% of the launchers, probably more than 90% of the missiles themselves. Between some they fired and
No,
more than they
how
fired,
about
we knocked out. We've
this,
also
dog?
destroyed a lot of the factories. We're continuing to do that, but a lot of the factories where they manufacture the drones and the missiles. The drones too are way down. But the reason they're down is they go one way and they don't come back. Because for the most part we're shooting them down. But we also are able to. We've really done tremendous damage to the places where they make them. And just so we set the record straight, because I've been watching the Wall Street Journal's fake news, all these stories that get printed like, oh, I want to make a deal. They are begging to make a deal. Not me. They're begging to make a deal. And anybody that saw what was happening over there would understand why they want to make a deal. But they say, oh, we're not talking to them. Anybody would know they're talking. And only a total fool. And they're not fools. They're very smart, actually, in a certain way. And they're great negotiators. I say they're lousy fighters, but they're great negotiators. And they are begging to work out a deal. I don't know if we'll be able
Dude, the
to. I don't know
fucking
if we'll be
COD
willing to
major's
do
on
that.
so
They should
early,
have done
man.
that
It starts at 10.
4 weeks
It's
ago.
so
They should
gay.
have done it 2 years ago. Or they should have done it when we first came into office.
10 p.m., dog?
2 years
No,
ago,
that'd be
they had
sick if
free
it was
reign
at 10
under
p.m.
Biden,
It's at
Sleepy
10
Joe,
a.m.
worst president in the history of our country. What he
Yeah.
allowed to happen to our country at the border. And even with a thing like this. But not just him. Every
Was it
president
the finals or
in 7
whatever?
years, every president should have done this. They should have done it a long time ago.
No,
Because you
just
cannot
the
give
tournament starts at 10
lunatics
tomorrow.
a nuclear weapon, and they would have had a big one. It stopped really when we did the B2, but even before that, the Barack Hussein Obama, what he did where he gave them the Iran nuclear deal, gave them free will toward a nuclear weapon. Basically, he chose Iran over Israel and others that didn't want him to do it. But I terminated that deal. Had I not terminated that deal, you would have had a nuclear weapon years ago, and it would have been used, guaranteed. And one of the reasons you know about the guarantee is because their neighbors were sort of like bystanders. They weren't involved very much. They didn't choose heavy side. They didn't want to because people were concerned with Iran. There was a big black cloud over the Middle East. They were concerned, but all of a sudden the war starts and they start shooting at. People were concerned with Iran. There was a big black cloud over the Middle East. They were concerned, but all of a sudden the war starts and they start shooting at these five, in particular, 5 countries. They start shooting at Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Kuwait, Oman. They start shooting at them. Everybody was shocked, including us. You know why? Because they're sick. And they had a plan to take over the Middle East. And some of those missiles that were shot at them were locked long before we even started this process. They were locked and loaded and aimed at those countries. They wanted to take over the Middle East. But we happened to come along, so it wasn't so easy. So right now their Navy is sunk in the largest elimination of a foreign Navy that has taken place, maybe ever, but certainly since World War II. Their Air Force is gone. Their anti-aircraft and communications capabilities are totally dismantled. And one of the problems they do have when they deal with us is we deal with people and the people aren't able to communicate with anybody else. Because all of their leadership has been gone. The first level is gone, and they met to pick a new level, and they're gone. They're all gone because they didn't make a deal, and because they're sick people. They're very sick. They're really sinister, sick people. And if anybody thinks it was okay to have a group of people like this to have nuclear capability, nuclear weapons, and if we didn't attack with the B-2 bombers, they would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks of that, maybe 4 weeks. But between 2 and 4 weeks, they were planning to have a nuclear weapon. If we didn't hit them at that time with the B-2 bombers, and one of the great air raids in history, maybe the greatest. Dark at night, no moon, no light. Every single bomb hit its mark and just obliterated that place. So it's now buried deep under earth. Them free will toward 70 and 80 and even 90%. That's pretty big numbers. But we're slashing regulations, and investment is pouring in from all over the world. We have the most investment of any country in history has been put into our country in the last year. And again, we had to take a little detour. Won't be long. Gonna end soon. We had to take a little detour, go to Iran, and we had to put out a fire. Very dangerous fire that could have blown up big portions of the world, if not the whole thing. So tomorrow we'll be announcing a variety of actions that we're taking to support American farmers. We never forget, we love the farmers. We gave them $12 billion out of tariff money. Tremendous amount of tariff money come in. And we continue to have, we've gone, as you know, the Supreme Court gave us a very unfortunate, foolish ruling. A ruling that gives the people that have ripped off our country for many years, gives them some money back. It's one of those things. It's a terrible, terrible, horrible mistake they made, but it's okay because we have another method that's just as good. We'll use the other method. But because the tariff money has been so substantial, we gave our farmers who have been mistreated by some countries, we gave them $12 billion, and they're extremely happy, and they deserve it. They've been great. They never complain. They just go out and they farm, and they wouldn't do anything different. They wouldn't trade jobs with any of you, except maybe some of the fake media. I don't know. Somehow I don't see that. I like their job better. I love the farmers. So we gave them $12 billion. So in just a few moments, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent will discuss the actions that we're taking to address energy prices, which have not gone up as much as I thought, Scott, to be honest. Again, you know, it's not over, so maybe it'll go up a little bit more. It's all going to come back down to where it was, and probably lower. And my predictions have been right. Trump was right about everything. That new hat, Trump was right about everything. It's pretty right. But Scott's going to address that.
Oh.
And I think before we go very much further, I want to ask Vice President J.D. Vance to say a few words about where we are with the situation. He's involved with Steve and with Jared on negotiations, and then some of the others will speak.
Are you ready for the orgy wars?
Who's born for this
Yeah, if the white bald bitches are in it, yeah.
They gave him a hard time. And now people, I tell
That'd
you,
be pretty
somebody came
fucking
up to me
lit, dog.
yesterday, gave you a very hard time, said, you know, I made a mistake.
No, I'm trying to picture it. Do they just shoot like a bunch of orgies at each other, or are they having orgies to replenish their numbers, or like what's going on there?
Dude, I don't actually know. I've never heard anyone explain it like deeply or anything.
Or is it kind of like a sex bomb type of situation? They just drop it on a planet and everybody just starts having sex nonstop till they die?
No idea.
When I tell you who, you're not even going to believe it. He said, he gave you such a nasty hard
Oh,
time.
fuck. dude.
You're doing great. And then Steve is going to speak, and Scott will speak last. And if we have any questions, we'll take some questions. You may have questions. I doubt it, but you may have some. So, JD, please.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you. Good to see everybody. Proud to be part of this team. Proud to be serving the president of the country. Let me just say a couple things. First of all, is the president summarized this very ably. But look, the Iranian conventional military is effectively destroyed. They don't have a navy. They don't have the ability to hit us like they could have even a few weeks ago. And what that does is that gives us options, Mr. President. Now, there's been a lot of reporting about diplomatic options, about negotiations. There's, of course, Pete and his team. There are further military options. But what we have now that we didn't have when the president took over just a little over a year ago is the ability to use every tool at our disposal to ensure that Iran doesn't get a nuclear weapon. Because when I say options, I think it's important the American people know options for what? And it's options to ensure that Iran never has a nuclear weapon. You talk about people who walk into a crowded supermarket and have a vest on, and they blow up the vest and a couple of people get killed, and that's a terrible tragedy. What happens when what's on the vest is not something that can kill a couple of people, but can kill many, many tens of thousands of people? That is the most important American national security objective that exists for any administration at any time, is you don't want the worst people in the world to have a nuclear weapon. That's why the president is doing this. That's why the president cares so much about this particular issue. I'll let Steve talk a little bit about the details of the negotiation, but the last thing I'll say before I turn it over to Marco is I'm very mindful, of course, that we have a lot of folks overseas fighting very ably for the United States of America. I know Pete and the whole team, we're very proud of them, but they're fighting at a time where we are about to enter as Christians the most important week of the Christian calendar, the Holy Week that celebrates the return of Jesus Christ to Jerusalem. And so I want to say to all of my fellow American Christians, but particularly those serving in the Gulf, that I wish you all a very blessed Easter, a very blessed Holy Week, and we continue to stand behind you and continue to support you every step of the way. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Fucking
The most important job
cunt.
any president has is to keep the American
Fuck.
people safe.
Oh.
The president says it, but we have a president that means it and does something about it. As the president outlined very clearly to the world on the night this operation began, Iran has been at war with the United States for 47 years. For 47 years, Iran has been killing Americans and attacking Americans across this planet. And other presidents had an opportunity to do something about it. And they all warned about how Iran was dangerous, but they refused to act. And this president's not someone that's going to refuse to act. He's not going to leave a danger like this in place. He's going to address it, and that is what he is doing. From the very first night of this operation, the president made it very clear. People like this, and now what I'm talking about is not the people of Iran. The people that run this country are radical Shia clerics. These are religious fanatics. Look what they are doing now. At their weakest point, this is the weakest Iran has ever been, and look at what they're doing. They're attacking embassies. They're attacking hotels. Imagine what these people would do if they had a nuclear weapon. That is an unacceptable risk for the world. By the way, the president's not just doing a favor to the United States and to our people.
Yeah,
This is
what
for the
the
world.
fuck,
We
dude?
defined very clearly on the first night of this operation what the goal was. We were going to destroy Iran's navy, and that is happening. We were going to, if it hasn't already happened, I'll let Pete speak to the specifics of it. We were going to destroy their missile launching capabilities. We're well on our way to achieving that goal. We were going to destroy the factories so they couldn't make more missiles and more drones, and that is moving forward. Every single objective the president clearly laid out on the first night of this operation is being effectuated. Again, Pete will speak to the specifics of it. This has been an incredibly successful operation. Every day, it may not get covered because, we're unlike them. We're not bombing embassies and hotels. We're hitting military targets. But every day, the Department of War lets the drummer get wicked over every portion of Iran that has these military capabilities, and the results are going to bear fruit for the world. The world is going to be a safer and a better place when President Trump's mission here is achieved. And frankly, I think countries around the world, even those that are out there complaining about this a little bit, should actually be grateful that the United States has a president that's willing to confront a threat like this and not allow it to continue to persist. Because these people will kill as many Americans as they can. If they have a nuclear weapon, as the vice president pointed out, they could kill millions of Americans in the future. And that is a risk that was not going to continue to exist as long as we have this president.
Thank you, Marco. It's very interesting because yesterday I was watching. Thank you, Marco. It's very interesting because yesterday I was watching, is it Anthony Blinken? and he's saying that they should have done it, but they didn't do it. Nobody did it. Nobody did it for 47 years, Marco. That's the number, 47. I guess now it's 48 because we've been saying 47 for a long time. It's probably 48, but for 47, 48 years, every president should have done this. And some are saying now that they made a big mistake in not doing it, but we're taking care of business. Steve Woodcock, please.
Honor. Working you and the team on our negotiations with Iran. This is stuff for legacy. Mr. President, you are acting now to ensure future generations do not have to live under the threat of a nuclear-armed Iran. However, you wouldn't know it if you listened to the dishonest hate Trump media, as you referenced. It's the same old for a deal, and we welcome
a great. When it was actually, you know, it dawned on me because I had built 1,000 miles of wall, and we were finishing up some, and he didn't want to finish it up, right? And I said, they really do want to have an open border, and we got it finished. But that young lady would be alive today, and she'd be alive for another reason, because we were the National Guard in Chicago and in New York and in other places, and they love doing it. It's like training. To be honest, it's actually training. I never want to take him out of D.C. I mean, maybe somebody later on will do it, but I never want to take him. You know, the people, they look, they say, we feel so good, we feel so safe. We see these beautiful, strong people, and they're so nice. They open the doors for people. They carry bags. They pick up paper when they see paper on the ground. I looked at D.C. last night. I drove to make a speech, and I drove through, and I said, take me this way, take me that way. The city's clean. The fences are down. You don't have homeless all over your parks. I mean, we had parks. There was no room for anything else other than homeless. It's all clean and nice. And it'll be even more beautiful in a year from now. And we have some projects that are
There we
go.
go.
It's going to be something that's so beautiful for the city, so desperately needed by presidents. And now it's no secret the military wanted it more than anybody. It was supposed to be secret, but it became unsecret because of people that are really unpatriotic saying things. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's going to be great. We're building an arc, a triumphal arc, which will be incredible for the city. We're fixing up what was the Kennedy Center. I was honored when the board changed the name a little bit. Actually, it shows that the Republican and the Democrats, they work together. It's really something we work together. So I think it's a great symbol.
Dog, I'm getting an osprey.
That building's ready to fall down. It's in terrible shape.
It's pretty lit, man.
Yeah.
With a bang in less than 2 years. It'll come in under.
Won't have to take the train anymore, dog.
It won't be like the Federal Reserve. It's costing $4 billion or something there.
Where are you going to get the fuel?
$4 billion. You know, it's amazing. I said to the...
Carney made a deal with me, dog.
I get sued.
Nice.
I build under budget ahead of schedule. I get sued over a ballroom that's going to be the most beautiful ballroom in the country, so desperately needed. You won't have to have tents sitting on the wet White House lawn. If it rains, you get wiped out to honor the president of China or the president of France or the president of somewhere. You have the days we get sued by the National Trust for Historic Preservation. They don't know what they're doing. And I just found out we got sued by that group and another group, I guess, on the fixing up of again, I'll use the old name, Kennedy Center, because they're not fixing up Trump Kennedy. It's going to be beautiful when you add the name Trump. But we got sued. And all I'm doing is fixing it up. We're fixing broken marble. We're putting on a roof because it leaks like a sieve. We're fixing steel that's broken. It's the same building, same exact building. We're fixing it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be so beautiful and safe. It's actually unsafe. You had some of those columns on the outside that were painted a fake gold. Now we painted them a beautiful white color. Beautiful cream white. It's beautiful. Everyone said it's so much more beautiful now. Instead of a cheap You can't imitate gold. See, I'm a gold person. It's all real stuff. You can't imitate it. Someday they'll discover a paint that will look like gold, and the guy's going to be the richest man in the world. But you can't imitate real gold. Just doesn't. It's 24 karat, which is what.
You think if you had a howitzer at your house, you'd be able to hit the CN Tower?
A howitzer specifically? No. Is that a whole... I don't... It's 155. Oh. Howitzer. Long range, okay. It could be, but it's very... It's probably, I would say it's probably on the edge of its range. Let's see if it actually shows. Now, do you mean like a World War II model or?
No, like a modern one.
A modern one? Probably. If I could just guess, 155, that's 6 inch? Around 6 inches? Maybe more. 3, 4. I'd probably say it's 6 inch. Or... It's probably 6.5, maybe 7. I'd probably say it may be out of its effective firing range.
Was it like 20 kilometers away?
Yeah, effective, so up to 23. Hold on, let me just go to Google Earth and I'll do it that way. Yeah, it's barely within its range, effective firing range. So yeah.
Damn.
But if you really wanted to fire far, you get the battleship guns where they could go like 40, 45 plus 50, probably.
This building deserves. But think of it. I get sued because I'm fixing up the Trump Kennedy Center.
How long would it take to reach the target?
We're fixing new windows, new this, but just all fix up. I got sued. The preservationists.
23 kilometers, probably.
The man that took this beautiful Federal Reserve.
I don't know for sure.
That's
Calculating
small,
it would be
smaller than the
annoying,
hotel I built. I built the
or at
Waldorf
least asking
Astoria
Google to do
Hotel
it.
down the road, and it was a beautiful job. For 200 million, 201 million.
Since it's a lighter shell, it's going to
bigger,
be in the
I
air a
think, than
little
Federal
longer.
Reserve Building.
Probably,
And it's got
yeah.
rooms and bathrooms.
The
And
velocity
it's not
won't
like
be as
just an
high,
open
probably
office
like
space,
20, 30
which is much
seconds.
cheaper to build. Look at this.
Could be a little more.
$4 billion for a little building. He doesn't get sued by anybody but me. I sue because either somebody's very crooked.
Since it's at the maximum range, not only you have to go 23 kilometers, but you have to go
for $25 million.
probably half of that
It's going to cost
in height.
maybe $4 billion, and we have a great new person coming in to take over the floor. And Kevin may not ever have an office.
Yeah, dude. So Professor Snape
It's a see-through. You know what see-through
is
means?
Jamaican.
And they're going to spend. But the National Trust.
It's funny because you can't. His name is so white, you can't even like
They didn't sue that building.
make it sound
They
black.
didn't sue anybody. But they sue me, and I build. And by the way, my buildings, it's all donations. Rich people and people are putting up the money. Zero taxpayer
Professor
dollars.
Snake,
Is that right,
it's
Scott?
like it doesn't
Zero
even sound right.
taxpayer dollars. Stuff is all done for free, and I get sued.
So now,
It's
not
gonna
only
happen.
is
But they don't sue the guy. whose
James
interest
Potter a
rates are too
racist, but
high.
his son's a
That's why we
racist as
call him
well.
Too Late. His name is Jerome Powell. We call him.
He feels
Jerome
anxiety
Too Late
because
Powell.
of a black
And
man.
Done a terrible job.
Actually?
From Trump derangement syndrome. This is
Well,
probably true, 'cause I hit him pretty hard.
That's what fucking.
I don't blame him,
That's
but
what the weirdos are gonna say now. It's like, oh, this is
they don't
exposing.
sue a man
It's gonna.
who's taken this gorgeous
It's gonna look
building,
Whoa,
so
whoa,
bad
whoa,
now.
whoa!
ripped it down
Yeah, exactly.
from the inside, taking ceilings that are as beautiful as you've ever seen, taking the ceilings down instead of leaving them, taking walls down that were 2 feet thick of solid concrete and plaster, replacing them with 6-inch walls with no insulation. I said, let me ask you, are you going to put insulation in? No, it's not in the budget. Oh. Insulation costs $5. Now you're going to hear the guy next door. If he's next door to me, I'll be able to hear his military plan. I'll know exactly. If Lutnick is in there, I'll say, oh, I know exactly what Lutnick's got planned. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. They've ripped this gorgeous building apart, and you can never build it again. I could, but it costs a lot of money. A normal person can never build. So you're going to have crummy little walls, a flat little ceiling eventually, but right now you don't have anything. And nobody sues this guy. And then when Jeanine Pirro, working with Pam and others, has the courage to sue to find out what happened to maybe $4 billion and a building that may never be occupied by Kevin Lynch. May never be occupied. We're going to have to find him some space in the White House. We'll put him in the basement of the ballroom. but when, now think of it, when Jeanine Pirro and Pam and the group, when they bring a suit, it's like, oh, this terrible thing. And then we have a judge that attacks us. So we've got to get our priorities straight. It's a very sad thing that's happened. And then just one other thing very quickly, you have Gavin Newsom in California Railroad. That's 100 times over budget. It's out of control. It was supposed to go from the middle of San Francisco to the middle of LA, and now it stops way short of both. Now goes into areas that nobody ever heard. It's billions and billions of dollars over budget, years and years, maybe decades late. And that's why we have a country that has a lot of problems. You know, you have incompetent people. It's all people. Think of this: Federal Reserve. I would have had that building done for $25 million. I would have, if I did it. If it's, somebody else would have done it for more. So maybe 50. You could have done that building if it was properly done and planned. You would have done that building for. I would have done it for $25 million, and it would be better. It would be better. See this pen right here? This pen is an interesting museum.
Dog, I hope there's a scene in like the new Avengers movie where it's just Hulk like completely railing Black Widow or some shit.
Nice, dude. So he's gonna like go to her fucking. Oh wait, they don't even have the bot. So she's like on that random fucking planet in space. Fucking
Yeah, I guess.
What? You're making out?
I said I want that to be the opening scene. Just Tim clapping her cheeks. She just explodes.
Hey man, fuck. If it's her, I'd probably take it. Wouldn't be mad.
Million, and it would be better. It would be better. See this pen right here? This pen is an interesting museum. It's the same pen. So this pen is very inexpensive. But it writes well. They can't have the pen the way it was. You know what it is. I don't want to give too much publicity, but they do treat me well shot. So I came here. They have $1,000 pens. And you know, you hand pens out, you're signing and you hand them out, you're handing them to all these people. Sometimes you have 30, 40 people. And they were $1,000 a piece. Beautiful pen, ballpoint. 1,000, it was gold, silver, gorgeous. But I'm handing out to kids that don't even know what they are. What is this, mommy? This kids. They're getting a pen for $1,000. They have no idea what it is. And I feel guilty because I'm like, you know, I'm by nature, I don't, you know, it's the government. I love the government like I love myself economically. I want to save money, so I'm saying this is
will overcome. The historic Operation Epic Fury seized a generational opportunity to demolish a regime that has coordinated over 4 decades of global terror.
When did you last work out your abs?
Of American lives. Many people, especially the Democrats, underestimate the will of the American people.
You ever work out your abs and then cough? And you feel how sore?
For what I can do, since I can still only do knee planks, I don't feel anything like crazy. It's like I can feel that my abs were worked, but it's not like I cough and they're sore or whatever.
And the world will have absolute security. Through the maximum pressure campaign, Treasury has worked to uncover all financial lifelines to the regime and cut them off. You gave that order last March. This is not something that happened overnight. This is something that has been contemplated for almost a year. The Iranian financial system collapsed in December. We have systematically weakened Iran's ability to fund operations and procure weapons, and that required months of preparation. Threats to American national security have no place in the global economic system. The oil market is well supplied. We've taken actions to ensure oil supplies stranded at sea are made available to the global market. Your bold actions, like the Development Finance Corporation's Maritime Reinsurance Program in conjunction with Central Command, will soon provide shippers through the Gulf region with a level of security we have never seen before. Mr. President, we are starting to see more and more movement in and out of the Gulf today, and this is more than yesterday, and this is the beginning. I am confident that shipping traffic
just sleep on your back or your side or whatever.
I'll sleep on my sides until I can, but
Turning to the home
At
front,
least on my
US
right side,
economy
especially because of my
remains
shoulder
strong.
and my
We had a strong
whatever
economy
that piece of
thanks
shit's
to
called,
you. We
scapula,
are the
useless
best
garbage
insulated
thing.
in the world thanks
Nice.
to your energy efforts in term 1 and term 2. The U.S. is a energy superpower. American workers' purchasing power is finally being restored. The latest figures indicate robust real compensation increases. We are starting to see the working family tax cuts benefits bearing fruit this tax season. 44% of tax returns have claimed at least one of the signature policies: no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, deductibility of auto loans. The average tax refund is up more than 10% for working Americans. The economy you vitalized through your pro-growth policies is well positioned to withstand these temporary disruptions. The United States dollar has reasserted itself as a safe haven asset. The US dollar has appreciated since the hostilities began because everyone knows, thanks to your efforts, the US economy is the best position in the world and capital is flowing in. Efforts to
Yeah.
reprioritize economic security are ensuring the United States remains secure, resilient, and prepared for the challenges ahead. As we approach the 250th anniversary, America will never be safer and more secure militarily and economically. Thank you.
I just want to ask you a question. Central casting. I'm looking at him. I'm in Treasury. He might not be so good for war. I don't know. Pretty good. No, I'm looking pretty good too. I'm looking at this guy. He's central casting. Even the glasses are perfect. Where do you get those glasses? I think I'm going to get glasses. That's beautiful. Great job. Excellent. No, he's done a great job. You all have. Proud of you all. Do you have any questions?
Yes. Mr. President, are you going to go in for the uranium? Like, how do you secure Iran?
Let's assume I was or I wasn't. Why would I have to answer? What kind of a question? Am I going to go in? Oh yeah, I'm going in. I'm going in tomorrow at 3 o'clock. How could you possibly ask a question and expect an answer? I don't know. I don't know. I think you're a friendly person. It's just such a ridiculous question. Please.
Potentially, the U.S. is looking at diverting some munitions, air defenses that were meant for Ukraine to the Middle East. Is there any accuracy to that?
Well, I'd have to ask you, but we do that all the time. You know, we have tremendous amounts of ammunition. We have them in other countries, like in Germany and all over Europe. We have, you know, we're packed. And we take, sometimes we take from one and we use for another. We help.
So any more
Ukraine,
shit? Oh,
Biden started.
Well, I've been talking to this guy who I was hoping to meet today, but he couldn't meet today, and then
we sell it now to
I don't
NATO.
know.
We sell it to NATO.
Maybe
probably give it to Ukraine.
Sunday
We'll see.
apparently,
They
but
give
he
it to Ukraine.
he wants to give me
We
400,
get paid for everything.
and I went back and
We
said
don't give
450.
anything anymore. It's a tough
And he hasn't
situation.
replied,
The whole
so
Ukraine
I guess.
situation. Very, very tough.
yeah.
We're working very hard on getting that one.
What are you selling?
It doesn't have any impact. On
It's
us
a
virtually
118
nothing.
scale
In fact,
Mercy
anything.
Lago
We
SV.
sell a lot of equipment for that. Unfortunately,
Oh.
25,000 people died last month. 25,000, mostly soldiers. Some in the towns, but for the most part, soldiers are dying. Nobody's seen anything like it since World War II. It's a terrible situation, and hopefully that's going to get settled. You know, I settled 8 wars, and many of them I think were more difficult than this one. More difficult, but there's tremendous hatred between President Putin and President Zelensky. Tremendous hatred. I've seen it before, but I've never seen it maybe to this extent. And I think that's calming down a little bit, and I think we have a chance of getting it done. But
Dog, I woke up at 200 pounds and then I took a shit and now I'm 150.
Damn dog. How many organs do you still have?
Ukraine's done our war.
All of them, dog.
Good for you, dog.
Got 3 flushes.
He felt that way. I said, well, you know, Ukraine's done our work. And it's not, but I would like to see all those young people stop being
Toilet is ruined.
It's like the slaughterhouse. What's happening there is horrible.
What's ruined?
25,000 on average. Last 2
The
months ago,
toilet.
31,000 people died.
Why is it ruined?
In 1 month, Marco, right?
Dog, it couldn't handle it.
Crazy, it's getting worse. Think of it, 31,000 soldiers, both Russian and Ukraine, died 2 months ago. 25,000 last month. And if I can solve that, it would be a great honor to do it. I wish it could have gone faster. I solved other ones in 1 day that have been going for 32 years. We stopped one that was starting. It was already started. India and Pakistan, and the Prime Minister of Pakistan, a very fine gentleman, said President Trump solved something that was going to cost 10 million lives. That was going to cost a lot of lives, 2 nuclear nations. And those were complicated, but we got them done quickly. This one is, it's a shame. And the only reason I'm doing it, frankly, is because I want to stop death. I want to stop the death from happening. I think I'm going to go with a man that I've missed, Brian. I haven't seen you in a long time. He's been in a very strange location. I don't know. He's had a strange thing happen. But anyway, go ahead, Brian. Well, some people should do that. As an example, in California, every time prices go down, his prices go up because the gas tax is bigger than the tax itself, bigger than the product itself. It hasn't. I mean, we've thought about it, I guess, but honestly, when I did this, I knew it was going to be a little bit. We had the greatest economy ever. We had the greatest stock market in history. I said, we're going to take a little bit of a hit, short-term hit. It's going to end up going much higher than it was, in my opinion. I said we're going to have a great stock market. Nobody thought we could get to 50,000 or 7,000 in the respective indices. Nobody thought that was going to happen, but it did in the first year. They said it couldn't happen in 4 years, that you wouldn't hit 50 in 4 years, but you could maybe get close. We hit it in the first year. And I said, this is a good time to solve a problem that you have. And that's what I did. But the gas tax, people have talked about it. It's something we have in our pocket if we think it's necessary.
Oh, shite.
Yeah.
Could we ever extend that to Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, cab drivers, so many automobiles?
Oh, well, that's not good. I didn't like that. Go ahead, John.
That's a really good point. The problem is that our states are the ones that issue these licenses. So with commercial driver's licenses, we do have some federal control. But again, we have thousands of people who can't speak the language, long-standing rule, and it's a safety issue. Right? If you can't understand road signs, if you can't communicate with law enforcement when you're pulled over and communicate what's on your rig, huge problem. But the last administration, Mr. President, they let truck driving schools self-certify that they were qualified to train truck drivers. And so this is like the Leering Center. So you pay $800 and you get a certificate that you passed a CDL driving school, and again, they have no skills. They don't have the knowledge, and they don't have the skills. They haven't gone through any of the testing. And then they get licenses, and they're killing Americans on our roads. So it's remarkable the rot that the last administration allowed to take place. And I need partnership with our states. Even California started to come on board. Even Gavin has started to play ball with us, which is surprising. Not all the way, a little bit.
It's interesting because I just saw something that the nursing home business and the daycare centers in particular, they went out and inspected them in Minnesota, and they didn't exist. They're knocking in. There happens to be a young man, Nick, nice young man. He's done a very good job. They're knocking on doors. It's like homes. and they're getting hundreds of thousands of them. They didn't exist, and in California, it's worse.
Remember what it was? Their production on oil production is climbing towards 50% increase just in the 3 months we've been here. That flows to American refinery.
Ruin us to the
Oh, whoa, what is the goddamn... Whoa! Oh my god.
What happened?
I hate this fucking split view on Windows 11 the tabs. It's so stupid. It's retarded.
Oh.
Whoa, dog. Whoa.
Can't be saying that, dog.
Wow.
There is perhaps no other person more effective right now than Nick Shirley, with on-the-ground reporting in Minnesota as well as California exposing these fraud scandals. And he is just kicking things off. We have now seen CBS send reporters into these locations to try and uncover fraud. We have seen other reporters. We've seen Benny Johnson. Now, we've known about fraud in Minnesota for some time, but Nick Shirley hit the nail on the head with the hammer. He went in there, tracked down some of these locations. Leering Center is now a major meme, and he said, where are the kids? What's going on? What's with these hospice offices, these medical offices, with the lights turned off? No one's in there, but they're billing for nearly $1 million every year. What's going on? Well, sure enough, Nick Shirley has been given great access now to prominent individuals like Elon Musk because his work has been tremendous. And as I would say, my friends, great work is rewarded. Not always, but Nick Shirley has been doing great work. Now, the weirdest thing is happening. Of course, we saw recently that Gavin Newsom attacked Nick Shirley because he's investigating fraud in California. That we understand. What I can't quite figure out now is this. Candace Owens going to a near year-old video from Nick Shirley, claiming what he did is not possible and trying to discredit him. This is where things get very strange. My friends, as many of you know, I was the OG Vice News guy. When I went to Vice, they did not have a news division. And it took months of negotiating, and finally they said, let's hire this guy. I said, here's what I want to do. Let's roll, baby. They launched news, and it was, I will give full credit to the statement to the former CEO, Shane Smith, who said, because of Tim Pool, we started Vice News. Indeed. I went to them and said, we should be doing on-the-ground reporting. This is what I want to do. Live streaming, posting social media. We nailed it. And Vice News at the time was the fastest growing news organization in history, gaining like 1 million subs in a month. It was wild. And you know what one of the things I did? Why I bring this up? Because I went to the favelas in Brazil on more than one occasion to interview gang members to figure out what was going on. I was not the first from Vice, certainly was not the last, and others did certainly more dangerous reporting than I. I was on the ground at these riots, and I came back a year or two later. Ultimately, I went down there like 3 times. Candace Owens is attacking Nick Shirley, trying to discredit his current work, exposing fraud schemes, largely from Democrats, by bringing up a year-old video from him where he went to these favelas and interviewed gang members, and she says that's not possible, implying that Nick faked the whole thing, that he's lying in his coverage. Why? I'm going to say it again. I'm genuinely asking why Candace Owens is trying to discredit Nick Shirley. Okay, let me tell you something, guys. We need, now more than ever, boots on the ground guys. Not war, I'm talking about journalism. And Nick Shirley does just, he does that. That's what he is doing. Now, some have said, well, the fraud story that he uncovered in Minnesota, we already knew about that. Yeah, we did. We heard reports because people wrote down things because they heard things, they typed it up, and maybe people like me sat in a room and complained about it. But who actually said, I'm going to get a camera, I'm going to go down there and film all of this so people can see it? Nick Shirley did. Now, who's going to California doing the same thing? Now, with all due respect, Benny Johnson did as well, and Nick Shirley is doing the same thing. And again, shout out to Benny Johnson, who also does much of this kind of work as well. But Nick Shirley has really captured the moment. And he is, I think he was at the State of the Union, I'm not sure if he was there, but he is being heralded as this new and upcoming young journalist. He's a young man. What is he, 24? And I'm inspired. Listen, I'm 40. I just turned 40 2 weeks ago. Okay, I'm not about to go into these conflict zones anymore. I got a new kid, and I'm an aging man. I'm middle-aged, guys. There was a time when I was a young man, and I'll show you, where I was going down on the ground and doing a lot of these things. But at a certain point, you just can't do it anymore. For me, I got too many followers. Slowly over time, people started hunting me down because I was a spectacle at the event. And instead of being able to cover the story was becoming me getting attacked or harassed, having my hat pulled off and things like that. And I said, okay, this is not conducive to actually covering the news anymore. So I want to wear a disguise or something, which I don't want to do. And as it goes, many people who were once on-the-ground reporters become recognizable and shift into more of the desk role. And so here I am. So what do we need? We got Nick Shirley, we got Cam Higbee, we got Nate Friedman. We got these young guys that are picking up that mantle and going on the ground and exposing corruption and shining a light on dark places. So here's the video from Candace Owens, which for the life of me, I cannot understand why she is now joining the likes of Gavin Newsom, the front runner for the Democrat primary in 2028, joining him and trying to discredit Nick Shirley of all people. I'm going to debunk Candace Owens. I mean, I can do it 1,000,001 times because boy,
I'll be back.
she just lie to people? And I gotta tell you, let me play the video for you, and then I'll break more down for this, but this reeks to me like the script is given to her intentionally to sow discontent, discord, and distrust on Nick Shirley, who is just a young guy going and filming these things.
He's blown away by what Nick does, and Nick has definitely accomplished some amazing things as a 23-year-old. He also claims that within 48 hours, he managed, among many other accomplishments, he infiltrated Rio, Brazil's most dangerous gang. I'm not kidding, he did this in just 48 hours. I'll let you listen to Nick explain it. Take a listen.
Through the course of 2 days, I was able to get access to one of Rio's largest gangs, Comando Vermelho, and befriend a few of their soldiers who are so dangerous they cannot even leave the favela. Lots of strange things happened to find myself on top of Brazil's largest favela, in a destroyed house, interviewing gang members of one of the largest gangs.
Okay, I'm just gonna say I don't believe that at all. I'm sorry. I just, it's so stupid. I'm not even gonna tell you why I don't believe it. It's like if you don't know that that's stupid, that he infiltrated the gang in 48 hours.
Infiltrated? He met up with some gang members who agreed to let him film.
Like, it's just, that's so dumb. I'm so tired of dumb. That's not how that works, okay? You don't just...
It's entirely how it works. I've done it several times, and I'll explain in great detail, but I'll let her finish. Why is she attacking Nick Shirley? This makes no sense.
Go up to gangs on the street.
Yes, you do.
As a nice-looking white boy.
Yes, you do.
With the camera and say, hey, I just wanted to sort of, like, see what you're doing here. What's going on?
Literally, that's how it works. She is such an evil person.
Okay, just stop. That's stupid. Of course, that's dumb. I'm sorry, Nick. I know you're young. I hope, you know, whoever is your contact that has you infiltrating Antifa and infiltrating El Salvador.
Now she adds Antifa as if to discredit him going on the ground in these leftist protests and exposing them as well.
23 years old. It just feels like Sean Penn young to me. Like, oh, Sean Penn's always there with the cartels, never gets hurt. Always a part of a movie. I don't like stupid. That did not happen. Okay? That did.
This is, you know what, man? You guys know that I'm not a fan of Candace Owens, but I'm just going to say it. She's married to a British lord, and her lawyers work in a building with federal agents. It's a building with federal agent offices in it. That's where lawyers work by her own admission. And they said, well, it's a coincidence her lawyers rented an office to work alongside feds. Fine, whatever. Now, you've got Nick Shirley, independent journalist, stumbles upon the biggest story of his career and continues the process. And I'm not saying it to be disrespectful. I'm saying he's a young man. You go out, you do the work. He's like, I'm going to go look into this fraud. We know this fraud story, right? He goes there, he films it, boom! Becomes one of the biggest stories of the past decade. Finally, someone's exposing corruption in our system and the degradation, the decay. He's doing the same thing in California now. And they are freaking out. Take a look at this from Fox News. Speaker warns SF leaders Nick Shirley's coming to town after blasting fentanyl crisis crime in public comment. Nick Shirley seems to be doing great work in exposing corruption. Why lie and claim he's not actually doing this? What's the implication? That's not how it works. You can't just go and cover these stories. This is nuts to me. This is absolutely, I see this, I don't get it. Candace Owens is trying to discredit Nick Shirley. And I'll tell you what's going to happen, because I've met people who follow this woman. They are going to be like, that Nick Shirley, man, something doesn't seem right. She's trying to make it seem like he's part of the machine, like he's got handlers who are connecting him. What's the implication? Again, you tell me, what's the implication when she says, that's not how it works, you can't do that, that's so dumb, that's stupid. Candace Owens launches surprising attack on citizen journalist Nick Shirley. I'm also just going to say this, I'm going to bash in my face, that's not what citizen journalism is. And I don't know how many times it has to be said, but reporting is not citizen journalism. There's a reason there is a phrase called citizen journalism. There's a reference to a woman walking down the street with her dog. Her dog is taking a dump, and she sees a car speeding down the street. So she pulls her phone out and films it, and it crashes into a pole, and then a bunch of clowns jump out and run away. Citizen journalism is when, in the normal course of a person's life, a citizen begins an act of journalism for which they do not return. Meaning, she films it, she uploads it, she goes home. It is journalism conducted by a citizen who otherwise is not a journalist. Nick Shirley is a journalist, not a citizen journalist. The word citizen journalist in this context has been used to discredit reporting from legitimate reporters like Nick Shirley. And I'm going to stress this. When I first got started in my career, they said Tim Pool's a citizen journalist. And they would do this to say he's accidentally doing this. He has no intention of doing it again, because that's what the phrase meant. And then I would say, no, I am just a journalist. I am an independent reporter with an LLC, running my own company, and I'm friends and we coordinate and we do reporting. And sometimes I sell my reporting to networks. I've sold my reporting to Discovery on numerous occasions. And I think Net Geo covered the hurricane in New York is one example. I've had other outlets purchase my footage, and I used to sell and license footage. That's freelance journalism. But anyway, I digress. Here's a response. If you think a 23-year-old has all this access to fraud and gangs, then you're a retard who drank the Kool-Aid. This is the game. They are trying to discredit Nick Shirley. This video from Nick Shirley from almost a year ago, where he goes to the Brazilian favelas. He's got several videos, I think it's like 2 or 3, where he went down there and met with these gang members. Here's his channel. This video's got 64,000 views 7 months ago. Not even that big, to be completely honest. Now you may be saying, how is it possible? How is it possible that a young man could go in there and talk to the most notorious gang members? That's a great question.
Damn,
That's
dog.
a great question.
NASCAR.
I wonder how, I'm still wearing a meaning. How is it that a young man, at the time, this is Vice
Dog,
News,
you should drift around this, dog.
27, a little bit older than Nick. A little bit older.
Nah, I haven't.
Not that Nick, but thinner than I am now.
It's because of fucking
Hey,
retard, apparently.
here's me in my Vice documentary, Contra a Copa, the other side of Brazil's
Fucking
World
brain
Cup
is
full
making
length.
up memories where
Oh,
none
boy.
exist, dog.
Here's me talking to a Brazilian gang member in a favela. You see that strip behind us? This right here? This is where, you see these PVC pipes? Human waste is being flung in it. It just splats. And then they wait for the rain to come. Wash it all away. It's pretty nasty. You're standing on a bridge. I'm kind of worried it'll fall over. This guy is a Brazilian gang member. He is covering up his face. He's explaining to us what was going on in the favelas with pacification. And, oh boy, how did we do it? But wait, there's more. I got another video for you. This is on my channel. This is on youtube.com/Timcast. How Rio's poorest are fighting police brutality. This is a group called the Papo Reto Collective. And once again, I return to the favelas of Brazil. How do you do it? How do you do it? Oh, it's so difficult. I mean, let's just be real. I mean, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. You can't. I'll tell you exactly what it is. So, I don't know. Look, maybe I don't look white. Maybe I can get away as being some kind of Brazilian because I get clean in there. Sometimes people are doing it. So, here's what we did. I and my producer, different occasions, different producers. Look at that. 5 9 million subscribers. How sad that they really just burnt it all down. But anyway, I digress. We went to the favelas, and we went to a restaurant, and we sat down, and we asked someone, we have our camera equipment, and we said, we're American journalists, and we were hoping to get in touch with someone from one of the gangs so that we could get permission to be here, and maybe they could talk to us about what's going on. We need to hear from them. We've got these stories with the police coming in, and they're arresting people, and there's been claims of brutality, and they were like, okay, let me make a phone call. That's what happened. And then we get told to meet up with this guy sometime around like 7 or 8 o'clock when it starts getting dark. And so I remember like it's a wild sight because the favelas are shanty towns, right? They're built up just in random spots, and the roads are kind of weird. And the funny thing is they have favela tours. That's right. Wealthy white people from the United States, they come down and they hire companies to drive them through the favelas. Like this is a normal. The gangs like they make money from it. So anyway, there's a guy sitting in like a plastic lawn chair up against a building, and he's like smoking a cigarette or something. And we walk up, and we've got a local with us, and he's like, hey, I'm speaking Portuguese, and the guy, he gives him a handshake, and then he's like, what's up? And then the Brazilian guy that we knew, he points and he's like basically saying, hey, my friends, they're journalists, they work for a company called Vice, and we're looking to talk to people in the gangs. And the guy's like, okay. He's like, I don't want to do it, but we got a guy who's doing it. And they connect us with the guy, and he says, meet us here tomorrow at this time. We'll get one of the members of the gang who wants to talk about this. and you'll be good. That was it. Literally took us 2 days. And then we showed up, walked in the back alley, said, we'll stand here and we'll film. And we interviewed him. For this story, this one was actually pretty wild. This is on my channel, you can watch it. I even say you can't film without permission from the gangs. As I'm driving in this car, and this is, I think, 2 years later. This is December of 2015. So we went back in, called my contact in Brazil, and he says, you're good. And then it was amazing because when we went this time, they were like, hide the camera for now. We're going to go up to this house, and a gang member actually started walking past my son. Because we got to ask permission first. We got clear. They said, no, you're all good, you're all good. I think this is a different cookout line. You can watch them both if they don't do this. This is the craziest thing to me. I'm going to say it again, and I ask you guys to comment, because you tell me, why is Candace Owens trying to discredit Nick Shirley of all people, right? I'm going to tell you this. Going into these favelas is not difficult. Maybe a little dangerous, but only a little. I always explain this because when I did this work for Vice, here's September of 2013, live streaming the Black Bloc anarchist protest in Kiev. That's right, we're called the Black Bloc anarchists. Since June, millions of activists have taken up the streets. Bus fares now. You know, I've been tear gassed in my day, but the craziest tear gas I ever got tear gassed with, not even Turkey, is Brazil. Like in the United States, they use this low-level CS smoke, and then in Turkey, it was pretty strong, but it was still CS smoke, a little higher grade, it felt like. And everyone's like, look, it's made in Pennsylvania. Brazil, wow. I took my sock off my foot and shoved it in my mouth to be able to breathe. And I just had, it was brutal. I was tear gassed in Ferguson, and it displaced the oxygen in my lungs because you inhaled too much gas, and I almost passed out. It was pretty wild story. Guys, here's people ask me all the time about one of these dangerous places, right? I was in Ukraine during the start of the Euromaidan movement, and people are like, aren't you worried something's going to happen to you? Like, you were in Turkey during this protest. That's right. I went to Turkey. And there was this neighborhood, it was the last anarchist neighborhood in Turkey, and they were pouring Molotovs. And so I and the crew from Vice went, so here's the police, downhill, here's the protesters. We walked around to go in and try and talk to some of the rioters, and they ran up to us screaming in Turkish with masks on, and they held an unlit Molotov cocktail inside of my head, screaming at me. I put my hands up, and I was like, okay. You know, I just kept calm, said, barely said, okay, nodded, because I don't know what they're saying. The vice producer was like trying to speak English. No, it's okay, we're friends. Well, they couldn't speak. And people say, aren't you scared? Is it dangerous? And I said, my friends, everywhere you go, people love you. What does that mean? 80% of the time, what they want is predictable. If you're a journalist, most of the time, they're going to say, please, tell people what I have to say. The world must hear this.
Did you see the Mohawk trailer, dog?
As for the far left, today, the United States, they want to
Moana.
I don't find their views or cause.
No, but I seen a screenshot of
For the most part, I will tell you this.
whatever's
You're
name
not
is
going to be killed or murdered by the average
Yeah, what do you think of that?
person in the world. Now, to be wrong, ISIS, yes, absolutely.
I don't really think too much, but I don't know what the context is. But people are like, oh, it looks so bad. I'm like, I feel like I see a lot.
I'm sorry, bro. And then we'll speak Portuguese or whatever. We'll translate with us. And they'll say something like, nah, you can't do that. And we'll be like, okay, all good, man. We'll give them a fist bump.
Natural-ish to me.
It's that simple. When we go in, they say, no, you're good. Because the gangs run the show. So take a look at this. Joe Rogan rips Gavin Newsom for mocking Nick Shirley over his $1 million fraud allegations. Gavin Newsom posted this image of, I'm going to say the link to the tweet. It was, they didn't link it. Gavin Newsom posted an image of Nick Shirley covered in camera saying, where are your children? As if to imply he was trying to secretly film children. That's not what happened. And the question is, why try and discredit the dude who's simply just fraud? Nick Shirley massively ratioed Gavin Newsom, and he's got tremendous support. I'll tell you what I'm saying. I'm entirely convinced Candace Owens is an op. I mean, I gotta be honest. She comes from the right. Well, actually, to be honest, she came from the left. She was a leftist. She was red pill black. And she was doxing conservatives or whatever she was accused of doing. I don't know. And then has this awakening and becomes red pill black. Right before this, I don't know, Candace. She was a social autopsy, doxing people. So she comes from, she joins the right as red pill black, joins the Daily Wire, and I think right. She's a conservative. And then, you know, through that journey.
Dog, you think you're gonna want to
From the right, she is pointing people in a, let's just say, anti-populist,
Fuck you mean learn, dog. I already know. Dog.
She is telling everybody that Turning Point is bad. Turning Point
Bro, I'm a better drifter than you.
largely, not entirely, largely. Turning Point rallies students, and she is doing them everything in her power to destroy
Prius.
It's very strange. I said in November, this is demoralizing, and we will lose the midterms if you keep
I can drift a Prius better than you can drift this piece of shit, dude. That's how bad you are.
If my goal was to make sure Democrats won,
It's better to have a nice car.
what would I do differently? Okay, so when Nick Shirley has been exposing fraud to tunes of millions of people,
Learn to fucking drift and then talk to me, okay?
well, that's bad for Democrats in these jurisdictions because people don't like it. What would I do? My goal was to discredit him. I'd say exactly this. You pull up a year-old video unrelated to politics that the average person can't understand because they have different umbrellas, and then just say, I'm telling you that's not possible. And they're going to be like, huh. Yeah, I trust him. Nick Shirley's a liar. What? These responses are absolutely wild. If you think a 23-year-old all of a sudden has access to fraud and gangs, you're a retard. Officer Lucid, I just lost so much respect for this woman. Let's see what else we got. I get her doubt. Where did he come from? Young investigative journalist Charlie style, debunking fraud and saying live that he believes Tyler Robinson killed Charlie? Huh. She's actually correct in a way. No gang will let that kid next to them, especially with all these politicians and heads of the FBI and other intelligence agencies giving them shout-outs. To be honest, one day he showed up at the Roosevelt Hotel and interviewed a kid who said he's a gang member. I personally know the kid he interviewed. He wasn't a gang member. He was a kid with mental health issues. This just seems like it's like bot accounts. That's not true. Bro. We had 6'7" Kevin went to Chicago and interviewed gang members. You can do it. I just said the other gangs will try and kill you, and they did try to kill you. Gangs want the coverage. She did not attack Nick Shirley. She simply wants to ask him a question. That's it. Interesting. She's got access to foreign intelligence. Don't be surprised if they have dirt on him. Candace doesn't miss because she has an unfair advantage. MI6. She didn't say he was stupid. She said his claim that a 23-year-old able to infiltrate with other gangs was stupid, that was probably made up. So what do you do? What's the implication? Ocasio thinks Palestine is a country that's being...
Guy's gonna fucking crash in every fucking building in Tokyo, dude, trying to drift.
Did he do it? What's the implication? Never forget she's a lizard. Ocasio thinks Palestine is a country that's being occupied. Haha, I can't stop laughing. That's Candace Owens saying that. Amazingly, not a single elected Democrat is here to celebrate the historic event in Jerusalem. Here it is, everybody, the dumbest thing you'll ever hear all day. HD edition. Ocasio 18 is programmed to hate Israel. No idea why. Okay. This is... You get it. I don't know how else to put it. I mean, this
I'm sure they will be, but Ford and
Candace,
Chevrolet
her
hasn't
job
been,
is to destroy the populist right.
for the game, and I just fucking hope this
And you know, maybe she's a useful lady or whatever, and someone's writing the script for her, but can I just stress this? I think her account largely is, these are bot accounts. I I think she does have a lot of followers. I think there's a lot of female followers. I think that's
I
true.
feel like they should do a Tokyo
But
Drift DLC. That'd be a
I just think it's strange that YouTube props her up to new users despite breaking the rules incessantly. I think it's strange that she's married to a British lord and her lawyers, by her own admission, working with federal agents. Yeah. That was her own admission. You know what I think it is? In the Nigerian email scams, they will intentionally have grammatical errors, and then midwits go, hey, these people are so dumb. I'm not going to fall for these spelling errors. The purpose of the grammatical errors, spelling errors, or otherwise in the Nigerian email scams is to weed out midwits and the intelligent who won't fall for it. They know that if they actually send an email to someone who's moderate intelligent, midwit doesn't mean stupid, it means you're slightly above intelligence, that they're going to get wise to it and say, I'm not giving you my money, and they're going to waste their time. They put grammatical errors in it so that really dumb people don't notice, and then go, oh wow, and if they're getting engagement from somebody who doesn't notice the errors, the likelihood of success is higher. I wonder if that's the play of Panasonic. Right, the goal is to say debacle and kerflaffle and other weird words, so that midwits and the intelligent go, this is dumb, he's going to fall for it. But stupid people will get dragged in and wrapped up in these conspiracies, and then you can push them in the direction of either abstaining from voting, just don't vote.
Well, my question's serious.
That was, what show was that? Was it Solid Gold or something where the campaign was just don't vote? And they were going around telling people not to vote because
What do you mean learn? How?
We can't
What's there to learn, dude?
We can't convince them to vote for our guy, but we can convince them not to vote.
First of all, you have to learn how to fucking drive in the game.
Whatever, man. You know.
What do you mean, dude? It's like you press accelerate and you fucking thumbsticks.
I fucking drove a Prius and also do
Dude, I'll use a fucking Ford Model T and beat you.
Today, Scump is going undercover. He's subbing in for Shotzi on Optic Texas, playing full scrims against the Huntsmen. The catch? The Huntsmen have no idea.
Got one new. I don't see top mid. Top mid is dead. No, he's not. Oh my god, I got you. What's up, top mid?
Today we find out if the King still has it. This video is presented by the Razer Black Shark V3 Pro for Xbox and PlayStation.
Today's the day. Spawning back in.
Good set.
Yes. Oh shit, let's go.
It's fucking game time, buddy.
Dude, they already mic'd me up and shit. I didn't know that. I was putting it back on. It's hot. Back on. What are we doing?
We're doing Call of Black Heart.
I don't give a fuck. I prefer to play the maps that are just
Listen, let's put the guy back on the call, though, man.
I'm about to go pause. You don't think so? No, you can't. Put it back on the call. You probably go pause. But if Johnny's gonna fucking say something. Johnny smoking. Do you understand who you're speaking?
I don't think he does. I think that he's forgotten who.
How quick do they forget, man?
And now he's back. He's putting on the fucking jersey. Fucking Iron Man looking at the suit again.
Oh, I'm hyped up. Alright, let's go. Bumps out.
There he is. He's back.
Bumps out. He's back. I'm back in a big way. Big way. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Go, Diddy. Come on, Diddy. Come on, boy.
What's that? Two there.
I got it. Yeah, you ready to close the map? Jump the hill.
What's that stature? What's their door? I'm on the side out.
Dude, I don't want to hear that. I need you locked in. We can help?
What's on the right, Johnny? Johnny, watch out.
Not a fucking. Oh my god, time. Holy shit, I'm shooting the fucking bullshit. Yep, push out, come in.
You do that.
Oh my god. One's going in the back,
I got him.
my recon tunnel, Yeah, watch it tunnel.
Two and a
Catching our side. Ready, Gage. He's
Wait, what's behind us? Yeah, behind us, dead.
Nice.
In the back, weak, crispy. Side door, weak, close left.
What's time out of it? Johnny, watch out, time in. Johnny's trying to go time in.
I kept on time. I have time in. Yeah, I'm in front. Dead. Nice. Another one center. Nice, Debbie.
One more in the back, Crispy.
Side door dead. I need your back. Fire now. Yeah.
Side.
I got a nice show there, I'm pretty sure. Shout out. Watch your back. Watch it, side door. Run. I got you. One shot. There, ball. I'll see top mid. Nice, I'm challenging. I heard someone on top. Tunnel time. Yeah, I'm in tunnel. Yo, let's get tunnel on you. Yep, tunnel. Tunnel not down. I pitched.
Johnny, watch out,
Another one time. I got two. Yo, there's one before me. Like one guy before me. One guy's definitely back yellow. They're gonna go for new. Probably for new.
Are you gonna learn how to fucking drift? It's a serious question, bro.
Yo, two for new. Two. Now, one more. There's two goals. Top mid. I think he's going top mid or front. I have top mid. Yeah, top mid dimensions weak. He's going for new. I'll get time. Top mid. Two top mid. No in front. You want to spawn outside the side? Watch your center.
In the back, inside.
Nade back. Side door one. In the back. Both weak. Nice. I don't see top mid, dead. No, he's not. Oh my god, I should have went. What's top mid? Time dead. I made it down. In the back, not weak. Dimensions. Yo, two back. Two side. Yo, pitching crowd.
Shut up. Oh.
They're gonna be top in.
Yeah, there's side door.
Someone top in. Wait. Another one. Dead.
Renegades on.
Yeah. Other right. Left. 2, 3 left. Crispy's one shot. Nice.
One more left actually.
Yo, anytime I'm making it. Time. Dead. There's one behind me. I got 2. Another one's like on you guys. Set yours and shit. Yeah, he's in. If you do.
Go Crispy.
He's absolute, my bad. One shot, Crispy.
Oh.
P2 bullet, dead time. Nice. Come in, go. In the front, new. Alright, one guy in the back. Let's put this guy in the back. Yo, go. One's goal. I'm front. He's on time. One shot. There's two weak on time. I'm bagging this shit. Nice. It's gonna be cider maybe? Oh my god. Mason, go. Let's go front me.
Oh, you see how you turned around that road, dude? You're a fucking loser. You're fucking drifting around, but no. You turn like a little bitch.
Yep, in the back, Crispy, one shot, 2 in the back, Crispy, one shot. Yeah, you're by yourself, I knew. They can only go front on you, though. There's 2 going time in on me. Tommy, another one hitting side or front.
One's
Tunnel, one shot Johnny, dead. One more tunnel. Tunnel, Johnny. Hey, Johnny, one's weak. He's tunnel going time mid. Two tunnel, another one tunnel. Alright, Crispy tunnel. Yeah, I'm just holding. Like, they're gonna be yellow side on you. Yeah, I'm just holding. Yep. Tommy dead. Alright, all spawning blue now. I'm still blocking. One guy is blue door. Blue door dead. Last guy. Yep. I saw you dead.
I'm making time.
He's cider me. That kid's weak. You're dead. Last guy's on time. Yep. Is there gonna be cider? I spawn here. Yo, they're spawning front. All front. Dead. All front. Dimensions weak front. Dimensions dead. Another one front. Dead. One more. Center dead. Next. Yo, front. Johnny. Good shot. You can bump. They're front. They're all front. They might spawn in the back.
Side or P2. Side or P2. He's going to come in.
Front dead. One more hit. One more stretch. Yo, one guy's spawning at our building. He's side or dead. Nice. You on time.
Deep side statue. Dead.
I'm trying. I'm banging front.
And then
front dead. One more front. Now wait. Pretty sure one guy's P2. I'm pretty sure he's on time. I'm dead. I still P2. I have tunnel. Yeah, two more. I'm done. You can bump.
Watch the top.
Yo, tunnel's open, guys.
Tunnel. You stood outside.
I can help your door. I'm watching the right, Joe. Johnny's weak.
Two statues. On top of the statue.
Another one statue, Johnny. Dude, they're all about. No, they just not challenge. What's that time? Yeah, I'm pitching this statue. Yeah, statue. I'll kill time. Time backed up.
He
starts up. Our door. One guy picked up left.
One's on Johnny. Another one side door. Two, I think.
Yep, banging this. One shot. Nice. One's pitching you guys.
In the back, right against side.
In the back, weak. Two to the back. Yeah, one bullet side door. Yeah, name. There's gonna be another one.
Might be lying down close in there, Charlie.
And the wrist thing.
Absolutely mid. Closer speed, weak front. He's in that statue.
What if it gets delayed, dog?
One more right side.
It's already.
Yo, that's good. You know where they are. They're all. They might push through.
Imagine it gets delayed by like a year.
I'm pushed up there, so I'm going to keep yelling. I hear yelling. Yo, one more outer crate. Wait, outer crate was in a tree. Wait, they cannot hold my pinch out of the tunnel. I got a pitch there.
Watch that front. Renegade, not.
Holy shit. You guys are godlike. Wait, no. Trust me though, like, now that I got a rep, that shit would've went, wait, dude, we might have clubbed him. Bro, I was like, I gotta kill top mid. Got shit on bad.
You were like, top mid dead, and then it was like, wait, this gunfight's he's not dead yet, and this gunfight's taking a little too long.
Got shit on bad. I'm not gonna lie to you, scrimming again feels amazing, but shaking off this rust wouldn't be possible with the Razer Black Shark B3 Pro for PlayStation and Xbox. To really lock in, I need high performance and I need consistency. The ultra low latency wireless gives me real-time audio without the delays. The comms are clear, so even though I've been out of the game for a bit, I can keep up with the boys just like back in the day when I was farming kids in MW2. It works on Xbox and PlayStation and even PC, so wherever you're playing, this headset is always delivered. I really don't want to wonder if I heard something. I need to know. That's the difference. Yo, let's go. We won a map. I didn't think we were going to win. But now we're bored. Dude, I don't know if it's possible for me to do it right now. My one is like 50% me right now.
Yeah, it's not. That's generous.
What are you having for dinner tonight?
It's on 3. It's a 4.
Nice. I'm dead. Yep, it's over for him, bro. Two there.
Eels. God, you gotta take a picture of the wheels, dude. We'll try to imagine what they look like.
I'm picking up Barn. Gonna be their door.
Yeah, iron the door. 3, 2, 1.
He's really weak, John.
Flip.
There's one gas in it.
Good time, though.
Wait, we flip?
Short, dead.
It's like a half lid. I got one.
Someone P2 on me. One shot on me.
Alright,
last guy P2. What's up? Here, stay down. I'll push it up. There's funny guys.
Absolutely.
Wait, no. There's one behind you. Yo, deep in the back. I'll kill him.
What the fuck? They're actually wheels?
Another Warren, John. Yo, two more. Yeah, I spawned out P3.
Like the
I'm a hold right.
honeycombs of pasta.
In middle, dead.
Deep right.
Fuck.
I got her name on.
What do you just eat that in pasta sauce?
What sausage? For whatever reason, the sausage, peeled tomatoes combo with this
One guy's go. One
By
guy's
far
gas.
the best
Enter
combo
mid,
I've
Johnny,
had
weak.
out of any of the classes I've
Johnny
used.
dead.
One's right. One's right.
Square, square.
One's right. One's on you.
P1 door, P1 door, P1 door. We're dead.
Almost like
One more,
makes
one more,
it
P1, more P1.
sweeter. So, I don't know.
Renegade's on you. Absolute on you.
In the back.
Still no thing.
Wait, I'm hitting the back of the
In
mace.
the back. Square as well, square.
On the right. On the right.
Square, dead. One more back. In the back, weak. Another one in the back. He's hitting mid. Dead. Last guy mid, Square, dead.
What that shit like expands when you cook it?
What's it on? What's it on square? What's square?
Yeah, a little bit, not too much.
Yo, Renegade Warren. Renegade Warren.
Where's square?
Square.
Never seen those before.
Square.
On you, dead.
Mid dead.
How much do they cost?
Don't flip a nice frame. We're missing one.
Well, I only find them in.
Yeah, he's mid. Let's go mid.
How much is in a pack? They're just like basically like one serving.
For most people, that's probably like.
Jump out front.
In the back.
For me, it's 1.5.
Renegade in the back. There's two on time.
I just have 20 HP on time.
Watch on the motion on time.
Since I use 300 grams exactly for
One more time.
2 bags,
He's absolutely he's
Four of them regular possibles, right?
He's got the room.
On it.
Four of them.
They're in the back.
Trying with the right.
Square weak, guys. John sir.
In the back of me dead. One more in the back.
Front, then I'm on track.
In the back, Crispy dead. I'm playing my left. Dead. Another one in the back. Renegade.
It's really weak.
Last guy. Dead. I'll front of you right. I'll pick it right. You guys fucking chop around. John in the back.
Over mid door. Mid door, yeah. John went back to square.
Ivor Ward. Oh my god, yeah. All four of them square around.
This one.
Another one going through dimensions. Go around two. Hit people.
Warren weak versus anything.
Under recipe slain down.
Last one in the back.
Dub somewhere, Johnny.
One's our door, another guy's
They're all Dub's dead. One more.
I just fucked you.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't want to plug Warren, bro. I'm banging Warren. Warren dead. Yo, absolutely going down. Renegade.
They're going in.
Yep, there's that Johnny weak. Warren dead. Another one there short. Yo, they're going dead. Nice three. Push through. Bump.
Dog, can you get me some of those Flintstone gummies, dog? Because, dog, he got the connect. What are you talking about?
Nice. Spawning front. Yeah. Pick up.
I think I hear one more.
Nice, dude. Fucking retard.
I don't know what they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two shotting short.
What do you think about them illegals, dog? You fucking racist piece of shit. Them illegals.
It's actually interesting. I think it was the first time that actually did illegals that are just trying to.
They're both weak. One time.
Oh.
Okay. I'll pick up left.
And what do you say to that, dog?
Well, I actually forgot to.
Wait, they don't see you.
Hold on to this one.
What do I think of that?
Well, two. Last two.
About them illegals, dog.
Wait, the rest spawned out. There's only one guy I knew. Crispy. He's the only one. He's behind the crate, behind the crate.
You gonna stop your racist ways, though?
Yo, let's run out.
Somehow defines that for me, maybe.
Two out. One more. Nice. They're gonna be close. On time.
Yeah, dog, it's doing what you're doing, dog.
Yo, one guy's P2. We have that.
That is basically their answer, though. Whenever you ask them, they say,
Who you talk? I said, who are you talking about?
Yeah, he's close up. He's already our close. He's dead. Another one on you guys. Close. He's one P1, Johnny. One shot.
Jumping around.
You shot, bro?
No. I'm shot, bro. Mid-door renegade naded me, bro.
One guy's in the back.
Square Johnny, one shot. Square Johnny, absolutely.
Middle, P1 on me. Time dead. One more P1. Front hill. He's in the back, John. One shot. In the back, John. Got me. They're gonna spawn in the back now. Wait. They're getting split though. Johnny's by himself in the back lane. Yeah, they're in new.
What's two?
Johnny's still in the back.
Dude, how many points would you need to get every single car?
Watch your dubs.
Dubs, he's in. Hit him once.
Our side, that's
game, I don't know.
I have their door. Could be dubs. Do you have it?
I
No, I don't.
could probably buy most. I have 20.
P2 of them. P2 on me, dead. I'm blocked.
Dubs dead. I'm gonna push out.
Could be wall.
Not useless.
Wall, renegade. Watch out, wall, renegade.
This piece of shit, like, it looks interesting,
Push our
but
side.
racing put them on from 4 days and all that.
Oscar
Water, no man, need help.
I have mid door.
So you're gonna have to buy all these again, the new game?
On the left dead.
One guy was mid square.
Another one on the left.
They're going left, I think.
I have it. Yo, mid door.
One spawn
On the left dead. Weak. I got time. Weak mid door in. He's in the two. Oh, he jumps over me. Just play your left. Yo, they don't
Got
want
it
that.
twice for this game,
We're
so
gonna be left. It might be left.
Oh, well, we're on risky. Weak. I have left.
once you get to the point where
left in dimensions.
driving, you can drive wherever you want, whenever you want, because it's just free roam.
No way, I just scammed.
It's kind of...
Too short. No, baby.
Unless in the next game there's going to be
Wait, he got me in the back.
progression
There's two
system,
back
so
there.
you won't be able to do that.
Two back there front.
And once you're able to drive at least a few of the cars that you want,
Can't touch it.
Yo, I scammed so hard, I didn't think you
cars.
could see me from that angle.
You never feel like
Let's go. Come on, man. Come on, Jenny. Way to clutch up. Let's go, boys. Hey, John, huge map, bro. Let's go, baby. Let's go, boys. Yo, Shotzi was doing fucking nuts, man. Yo. Wait, we gotta play one more. I'm down for one more. I'm not throwing any tips. Dude, you are awful.
Yo, Zen, you want to tell your team to actually start playing for the win?
I don't know if I saw the scorecard or something, but like, it wasn't. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I feel so lost. Dude, I keep saying shots are not really fucking late. We gotta win. We gotta win the series. Or am I breaking it?
Yeah, usually plays that.
Okay, I'm going right. No, I'll go left.
Top blue, John.
Renegade
He's
top
gonna
blue.
be shot. One guy's on time. Look on me.
Yo, right side shot.
Left and left. Nice.
You're one right.
Time. A bullet. And one guy's top blue. He's laying down their side. Last guy top blue. Always want to go. Yo, I'm gonna finish.
Ivory shot.
Stay on time.
Right fence, Johnny. Right fence.
Ivory shot. Shot to the right.
I killed me. Shot.
Shot then.
Oh, we're gonna start looking.
Shot to the right.
Wait, last guy right.
Yo, one's going.
Wait, whoa.
One's left.
He's in new.
Right side.
New there. Another new there. Risby. All right. Two going with steps right now. And low hill as well. They're all over you. Two top hill. Yep. Not nothing up. Low right. Yep. I have one of the nade there was. Yo, no one top. Yo, no one top. Lay down. Lay down. Yeah, I'm pitching out. Yo, one. Yeah. Hold on.
Close look.
One shot.
Last guy top wood. Watch it out. Nice. Yo, keep walking.
There he is. Oh, there he is.
Wait, yo, behind me. Yeah, look, my bad. I'm green. Yeah, what's here? Wait, there's one in good. Yeah, mid.
Yo, what's it? Yeah, it's up, right.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, green?
Top green now. Yo, one shot. I'm green dead. Alright, all keep on now. I think because after dead. Keep on and because I have one with dead. I'm pushed out as fuck. We're here, dead? Oh my god, we're here. We're so here. Got two. I'm on front blue. White wall. Really weak, blue wall. Nice, John. Come on.
I got another
shop in time.
Shop dead. Let's go on time. There's so spawn in there.
And Renegade in the back, really weak.
He's laying down time. In the back. Two down, laying down.
What's on us? What's my one? Yo, let's go deep left.
Challenge on dead. That's hard on the back left. Weak. Barely weak. Back left.
Back left dead.
In the back. That's one in the back. Close plane. In the back there. Alright, spawning plane. Spawning plane. Low plane, well done. One shot, down. Yeah, wait, one got two big guns.
I'm watching my back out.
Alright, there's 20 plane. Wait, one guy's white wall. Two white wall.
One guy's playing.
I got B cut. B cut dead. Yo, in the back. He's on there. Yo, B cut, one shot. One guy's playing. Challenge time, dead.
Yo, play. Watch out.
Take it around. One guy shot. I'll be going around left. Someone come up, please.
Okay, let's all go left. Okay, I'll go left.
I'm so playing right.
He's top blue now. Shot left. Top blue roof, really weak.
Top blue good. Yo, Renegade's outside.
He's shotting out.
Yeah, they got a wood spawn, boys.
That's one shot. One shot. He's outside. Nice. I block green. I block blue. Yeah. There's spawning on you guys. Or white wall.
One's on you.
No, wait. One guy is top blue. He's just top blue. Yo, 3 wood steps. All wood steps and shot.
Yeah, small left. What do we push steps? Yeah, I'll push the ball. Shut up.
Yeah, bump down steps. I got it on you in the back. You're worried about me. Our top wood, I think. Yeah, let's go wood. I have top 8. Yeah, top. First guy is one shot mid. One shot mid.
Low is weak. One guy's top. Nice shot. Let's get that.
Then? One back. Weak, John. Yeah, one guy's going back.
Top rocket, over switching.
I'm going low here.
God fucking damn
I'm
it.
dead. Still on time, and one guy's playing.
Make up one shot. Nice.
All dead? I guess we're all. Yeah, they're gonna be mid. I make up.
Yo, Tori,
Wait, one guy's P5 still. Go city.
Renegade's close out.
Nice. P5 dead.
Really big. Rip him all the way out. Get the nachos. Oh, yeah, set go. Rip them all. Just go for a second.
Pushing out dead. Yo, two push our boat. I'm gonna die. I got a boat. Alright, last guy's in green. Top rocket, jump down mid.
I'm going for the win. We're closing. The Couple rips playing.
Nah, bro. If I got like a week on rank plan like this,
oh yeah, you'd be fucking ripping.
Doing nothing. Dude, I felt so fucking lost on the map. Holy shit.
Wait, were you guys sus at all that it wasn't Shotzi or no?
Yeah. Brother.
Yeah, I was kind of sus because like he wasn't like doing some like movement like shit like because I know Ant in like something like this, bro. He be trying to go for some world.
I was on my belly and shit. Dude, that was so fun though. I just had so much fucking fun. That was great. Oh, that was great.
Dog. No.
What?
You ever have Have you ever fucking clapped a woman's cheeks and she starts like farting from her pussy?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Dude, it's the best. Holy fuck.
I don't know what she did, but she she like did something to like make it not do it again or something, but I think it still did. I don't remember what she did.
Dude, they always get so embarrassed.
I know.
I always have to tell them like, yo, I don't fucking mind. Like, I understand. It's just like fucking air or whatever escaping.
Have neck pain moving your head? Kelsey did for a long time. But watch this. If I moved her shoulder slightly, her pain disappeared. But why? Neck pain isn't always a neck problem. The symptoms can be related uneven shoulder blade positioning, leading to unequal stresses on the neck. When assessing her shoulder blades from a side view, I found her right was tipped forward excessively. This is often due to a poorly engaged lower trap. Repositioning the scapula back to a normal position normalized upper back tension and took away her pain. So her plan included 2 exercises to build lower trap activation, starting with hands behind head elbow lift for 3-second holds and a Y liftoff, which could eventually be progressed with some weights. Then an external rotation drill, which also posteriorly tips the shoulder blade. She then moved her head back and forth. That's 1 rep. She did 10 of this coordination drill that disconnects scapular stabilizers from moving the neck, which is why this was pain-free after.
Yay, shit that I already did. What a fucking...
How's it going, guys? Today I am teaching...
So how's it going, guys?
This episode is brought to you by Good Ranchers. Support the American. Have an Oklahoma legislator discussing the debate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Representative, I just got to ask, do you really believe that human remains, or even my favorite subject, human poop, are okay as compost or fertilizer? Do you really believe that?
In this situation, yes.
Yes, I do. So that's Shaw for Oklahoma. You can go follow him. He asked that question so that there's no confusion. You hear this story, you say, surely there's some misunderstanding. Surely they're not talking about grinding Granny into mulch so that I can grow tomatoes or something like that. No, that's exactly what they're talking about. Then you have to ask yourself, okay, I don't know very much about agriculture. I'm not a farmer. Is that normal? Is that something we've ever done in America? No. You're into it. Intuition would be correct. That's not something that we've normally done in America. In fact, the first state to legalize human composting was Washington State in the year of our Lord 2020. So it's a little over 5 years old. Now, 14 blue states in America, obviously all states run by Democrats, are the ones that have legalized human composting. Why? How has this happened? This is one of those great it's a bad political issue. It's super gross and horrifying and inhuman and suggests that our civilization is on the very brink of collapse. But it's one of those great political issues in the sense that it shows you the connection between deep philosophical principles, anthropological principles, religion, and practical politics. I know there are a lot of people who are more kind of meat and potatoes politics people. Not granny tomatoes, but meat and potatoes. And they say, look, I don't want to hear all this highfalutin nerdy philosophy. I don't want to hear about John Locke or Aristotle. I don't need too much religion with my politics. Okay, can we just have a normal country? Can we just get can we cut taxes and have, well, I agree, the political nerds, they're sometimes a little annoying, but you can't do regular normal politics without religion and philosophy. Politics rests on moral order, obviously it rests on moral order, but it rests on moral principles, our understanding of the moral order, and that presumes all sorts of things about who we are, human beings, about where we fit into the world, how we can come to know anything, what existence even is, and ultimately when you get down to it, it gets down to religion. All human conflict ultimately is theological, as Cardinal Manning tells us. And this is a clear example of that. Because let me ask you, not you, but the ordinary liberal, not all that seriously religious person, just kind of goes about his day. What's wrong with composting grain? What's really wrong with it? You could probably tell me what's wrong with it. You could probably tell me that this is contrary to human dignity, that this diminishes our own humanity, actually, when we treat our corpses in this disrespectful sort of way. That actually we treat the body with some kind of reverence because we recognize that human beings have dignity and we want to treat them with reverence. And we recognize that human beings are not merely spirits flitting in outer space, but that we are in a real way our bodies, not merely souls imprisoned by some husk that is evil, but we are in a real integrated way our bodies. And this teaches us something about our place in the world. It allows us to think about what happens after we die. It leads us to think about what comes next, potentially even the resurrection. Yes, the resurrection of the body, which is what we have believed in traditionally in the West, once known as Christendom. You could probably tell me, but the ordinary lib, for whom morality begins and ends with, well, was it consensual? That kind of lib can't tell you why it's wrong. We all know it's wrong, because we all have something that the bioethicist Leon Kass described as the wisdom of repugnance. We all know, to use an example, I think I mentioned this earlier in the week, as an example of this very same principle. We all know that it's wrong for a brother and sister to get married. We all know that's wrong. But if you take all the externalities out, if you say the brother and sister are 65 years old, they're not going to have kids, there aren't going to be birth defects, but they are going to bump uglies and get married and share a house, and it's just gross, right? And it's just gross and is obviously immoral and certainly should be illegal. We all say that, but if your whole moral understanding begins and ends with, well, was it consensual? Now you're not able to articulate a reason why that's wrong. So if Granny says she wants to be ground up into mulch, shouldn't she be allowed to do it? You know, you do you. It's a free country, right? Now, of course, the people who gave us our free country, the founding fathers, the framers, the settlers, none of them would have been okay with grounding up Granny into mulch. They all would have probably vomited at the very thought of that. But this is where liberalism and the liberal understanding of freedom has led us to. Now let's take it a step further. Beyond the political moral reasoning, we used to think of things, including consent, but beyond consent, there's more to morality than mere consent. Now we ask, well, why would Granny want to be turned to mulch? I don't want to be turned to mulch. I don't want to be ground up and thrown into a garden. I would like to be buried in a coffin, maybe a mausoleum, I don't know, depending on how extravagant the family gets. But I definitely don't want to be thrown out to the dogs, and I don't want plants to spring from my body for you to eat. So, why would Granny want to? Because we no longer broadly practice the religion that treated the body with reverence. Now, if people have any religion at all, it's some kind of woo-woo, abstract, new age nature worship. And that's what this is. This is a nature cult. The idea that some good can come from my body. I'll never be resurrected. There is no heaven, there is no hell. Imagine there is no heaven. But some good can come of it. If a little flower springs from my corpse, in that way, man, it's kind of like I'm living on, When I take a dirt nap and turn to worm food, man, But so that's a religious point of view, and that's inescapable. And our political order reinforces or suppresses various religious views. That's inescapable. So the question is, what kind of culture do you want to live in? You want to live in the Christian culture that gave us our country and all the glories of our civilization and led us to be the greatest country in the world and led to so much flourishing? Or do you want to be like a bunch of primitive knuckle-dragging nature worshippers who are ghastly pagans who turn their granny into food? What do you want to be? You can say, well, I don't want to choose. Freedom of religion, do whatever you want, you do you. Well, that is a decision. That's the kind of liberalism that led us to mulchifying. Which do you want to live in, really? Have the courage to tell me. You know the answer. Have the courage to tell me. You want to live in the Christian civilization. Okay, well, let's act on it. And let's limit people's choices, especially when those choices are super duper gross. Speaking of confusion, the Church of England now has an archbishopress as its clerical leader. We'll get to that in a moment. First, I want to tell you, speaking of nature, what an amazing 2 ads to bookend the story of human composting. Good Ranchers, followed by Balance of Nature. Go to balanceofnature.com. This episode is sponsored by Balance of Nature. Does anyone else feel like nutrition is getting too complicated? You used to eat food, now you need PhD in the back of a cereal box. Here's the reality. We've all been told, since we were kids, to eat our fruits and veggies. I tell my own kids that. Nobody has ever explained to you, though, why you have to eat them, what you're after. And it is the phytonutrients, those natural compounds your body uses to adjust, repair, and respond every single day. The more we've tried to improve food in factories, the further we've gotten from what your body actually recognizes as food. That is one reason I love Balance of Nature. They take real produce and run it through a tailored, vacuum-cooled process that stabilizes its phytonutrition instead of nuking it with heat and chemicals. Their whole health system bundle includes their fruits and veggies and fiber and spice supplements, giving you 47 ingredients of whole food and their phytonutrients in a simple, consistent routine. They've even rolled out brand new freeze-dried snacks that go through a similar process, so you're not trading convenience for quality. Head on over. DW, not just the Knowles family, but even DW broadly, the Davies family, and all the other families love Balance of Nature. Go to balanceofnature.com, subscribe, and save today.
I got 2 more tasks that I'm
changing the world.
Done.
For the first time ever, the leader, the clerical leader of the Church of England, the monarch is actually the leader of the Church of England, but the clerical leader, the Archbishop of Canterbury, is a lady.
I solemnly commit
Yeah, you want to
myself
find that in the stream for me?
before you to the service of the Church of England, the Anglican Communion, and the whole Church of Christ throughout the world, that together we may proclaim the gospel of Christ, who reconciles us to God and breaks down the walls that divide us.
Let us greet our newly installed Archbishop.
I'm such an Anglophile. I love the UK, but man, the Brits are cooked. This is just, there's the lady sitting there. pretending to be the Archbishop of Canterbury, just all smiles and yes, let's cheer on Our Lady, who is the now. Look, I'm not a theologian. The vast majority of you listening to this are not.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck? There's a female
Archbishop. The one
archbishop.
problem with this installation. You see the one problem with this person being the Archbishop of Canterbury? She's not a bishop. And she's not a bishop in part because she's not a priest. And she's not a priest because she's not a man.
Yeah, this is a fucking joke,
she might be
dude.
a nice lady.
Holy fuck.
She has a nice accent. She seems perfectly lovely. But what she's definitely not is the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Wait, she's gay too?
Because ladies can't be priests. And I know that there are various Protestant denominations that think that ladies can be priests. There are plenty that do not.
Dude, yo.
But some do.
Europe is
There's a
cooked,
wide
dude. Wherever
diversity
that
among
is, it's
Protestantism.
fucking done.
But they can't be. They can't be for a few reasons. One, in the Bible, all of the priests in the Old Testament and in the New Testament, all of them are men. And I guess that could just be an accident. That could just be a quirk. But I don't really think it is. The 12 apostles are men. Our Lord socialized with women. He held women in very, very high esteem. Catholics believe, and traditional Protestants believe, that Our Lady is assumed bodily into heaven. That she was conceived without sin. She's the very queen of heaven. It's no knock on ladies.
What if somebody just blew it up as she was like getting sworn in?
Right here. Someone gave me a little Mary statuette to go next to the Christ statue. In any case,
oh, she got blown up.
Ladies can't be priests.
Yeah, they do it with someone else.
What are the odds?
Nice.
Choosing the apostles. What are the odds that he would have just accidentally? 50-50 chance for the first one, and then another 50-50 chance for the second. Pretty soon you get down to an infinitesimal likelihood that it was all just an accident. Then Judas betrays our Lord, and they cast lots to figure out who will replace Judas. And guess what? There was two men who were up for it, and one man got it, Matthias. Then you have Paul on the road to Damascus. He's another man. And then all the priests for the entire history of the church, all men. But then also, furthermore, it's in Scripture. 1 Timothy 2:12 says, I permit no woman to teach or to have authority over men. She is to keep silent, speaking of women teaching in the churches, the synagogue.
I wonder what Jesus would think of that, dude.
So I don't mean to beat up on this lady too much, but this is the consequence of liberalism. We were previously talking about political liberalism, which ties into religion, and this is theological liberalism. The point that now you have, they say it's the first archbishopric of Canterbury in 1,400 years. First of all, let's see, it's not really the same seat that existed 1,400 years ago, but even if you just date it back about 500 years, that's not
the language
valid.
he used back then would have got him killed.
It's not
valid.
valid.
Get him killed.
And so, I don't think this is going to bode very well for the Church of England, which is already collapsing. It's already in free fall in terms of membership and participation, and I think this will only accelerate that. Which, in the long run, maybe is okay. Who knows? Maybe even Rome will get some of those churches back. We'll find out. In any case, speaking of religion and politics, there's a major pro-Iran rally at the birthplace of our Constitution. This is in Philadelphia. So it's not just pro-Iranian people. It's not saying, we want to free the Iranian people. This is pro-Islamic Republic. This is pro-mullahs, pro-Ayatollah.
This is fucking retarded,
and
dude.
Anti-American. This, as the Iran war is in its third week.
Until we have done everything in our power to bring the United States to its knees.
I think Islam is definitely going to take over now.
Of the enemy. For every U.S. military base that crumbles, and for every U.S. soldier who returns home in a casket, we cheer. Hamas, Hezbollah, all the we celebrate. These popular voices on the ground spend every waking moment in direct confrontation with Zionism, and they rely on a strong Iranian state to maintain their fighting capacity.
Do you hate America? May a Hamas rocket blow up your family's home.
Okay, so there are a fair number of people here, a bunch of weirdos marching in defense of the Iranian regime, against the American regime, saying they celebrate the death of American servicemen and want the destruction of America. So I think the question that's on most reasonable people's minds is,
what are you talking about?
Why are they
Were
here?
you listening when he said that there was a pro, not like a pro-Islam rally, like an actual pro like IRCG rally in Philadelphia. Did you hear when he said that?
I'm not watching the stream right now. I'm looking at shit.
When the speaker got off the mic and someone asked him a question, he said, "I hope, or may a Hamas rocket hit your family's home."
Why are these people here?
So it's nice.
Why? I'll tell you why, which is that the Supreme Court made it difficult to arrest people for speech, which the free speech absolutists cheer on. I'd point out, I actually think it was a little smarter. I think the earlier Americans actually had it right on the free speech issue. But regardless, it used to be relatively easy to arrest people for this kind of seditious activity and even to denaturalize people. And then the Supreme Court weakened the ability to denaturalize people. But does this mean that we just have to tolerate this? You have a bunch of Islamic radicals in America openly celebrating the death of American soldiers, calling for the destruction of the American government, and we just have to take it? Why can't we just round these people up and at the very least arrest them, if not denaturalize them or deport them if they're not citizens already? I'm sure we can do that. I'm sure these people have all committed a bunch of crimes. I don't think it'd be that hard to find a crime to pin on them. I would much rather do it in an open, transparent way and say, you are being seditious, and therefore I'm going to arrest you for that and ideally denaturalize and deport you. But even if we have to do it a trickier way, which is just to find out all the other crimes that they've committed, we should do it, right? We cannot tolerate this. It just feels so weak. We feel so helpless and vulnerable. And this is where I'm really a glass half full kind of guy. This is where I think there is a silver lining, even amid all of the debate over the Iran war. I mean, the Iran war is quite controversial. Most Americans are opposed to it. Most Republicans today are for it. I think that support is a little soft, such that, well, basically those people are all in the position that I am with regard to President Trump, which is we trust the guy. He's got a really good record. He's got a lot of credibility. And so if it wraps up, it could be a great foreign policy feat, or at the very least, it could be pretty good. But if things start to go south, I think those 90% numbers are going to crater. And it's a very controversial war. This, however, is an unambiguously good thing to come out of the Iran war, which is it shows us the enormity of our immigration problem. The fact that any of these people are permitted in the United States is a national disgrace. It is a scandal. And we should muster all of the resources available to us, the federal government, to get all of those people out of the country.
Guess what, dude? A lot of people from your ethnic background, sir.
Yeah, they're all retarded.
Dog, there's like suicidal empathy for women, but I feel like suicidal empathy for white people in general.
Yeah, but it's mostly white women. If you look at all the statistics on what different people support and all that, it's always white women being the consistent part. Like, men are mostly split. Not really. Actually, most men are, I would say, lean right, but women exclusively lean left until they're married. That's when it starts to flip. That's why married women, it's more so like around probably like 40% to 40%, and then 20 is would be in the middle. It also depends where you are. So like here, it's going to be like 80, like 70%, maybe 80. All right, I'm gonna go make dinner. I'll be on later. I'm gonna build tonight, so.